All right. Hello, hello. Can everyone hear us okay? Who's watching in chat? How do we look? Some of us look more edgelordy than others, but there you go. Anyway, for those of you who don't know, I am Sero, and this is my Twitch channel. Sero does stuff because Sero does stuff. Mostly Monster of the Week stuffs, but you know, no one's complained yet, have they? Dixon says, "Whoa, welcome. Good to see and hear you." Well, you guys helped each of us create a character that we will be playing for you tonight on this lovely, wonderful Monster of the Week one shot. And joining me today are three members from the Monsters Playbook and one member of the actual keeper of Trials of the Apocalypse. So I will quickly introduce everyone and then hand it over to Mr. Keeper, who will get us started. Okay, so we know who I am. Let's go with David. David, please quickly introduce yourself and your podcast.
Yeah, am I introducing myself and my character, or just myself?
Just go with yourself, and we'll work that
right.
out with Jonny.
All right, cool. I am David. I'm the keeper and general showrunner for Trials of the Apocalypse, actual play podcast where we play different Powered by the Apocalypse games. And though I have run Monster of the Week a variety of times, and once for our show, I have actually never played it before. So this is going to be exciting, and yeah, we'll get to the characters later. Yeah, but I'm happy to be here. I'm very excited to be here with this group.
Happy to have you here too. And we have Lauren.
Yes. Hi, I'm Lauren. I am a cast member on the Monsters Playbook podcast. And my fellow podcast friends here, Miah and Jonny. I'm really excited to play. This is gonna be interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
We also have Miah.
Yes, as Lauren said, I play with Jonny and Lauren as well. I am the editor and player of the Monsters Playbook. Yeah, I made that sound great.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. And also we have Jonny.
I'm Jonny. I'm the keeper / executive producer / Prince of Lies for the Monster Playbook podcast. And I am both excited and terrified to do this. Twitch scares me almost as much as TikTok does.
Yeah, because it's live and they can see your face. So I find it very hard to do a character voice while I know people are watching me. But yeah.
Great. Now so will I.
Sorry, now that I put it in your head. I just want to add quickly for our viewers that you can add a +1 or a -1 to a hunter's next roll just by redeeming some Kiwi coins. That's what we call our channel points here. So just click on the little Kiwi down underneath the chat there and it'll give you instructions. I'll try to keep up with it. You please tell me who it is. There is also a 10-minute cooldown period, so you guys cannot spam it with us. Yeah, and I think we should get started, shall we? Jonny, please take over, please.
So hang on. I also have now an embarrassing amount of windows open. So I'm going to introduce this whole thing with a bit of introductory text, which I'm going to call First, Know This. Our world is filled with monsters and magic, and it is divided into two realms. The tame, what humans call the real world, is a solid place, the world of humans and animals and other mortal things. And the wilds, the world of the Fae, a world ruled by magic and wild emotions, where eternal beings of the Seelie and Unseelie courts battle over territory and vie for power and influence. And there is influence to be had, for as you know all too well, the happenings in the wilds can impact events and phenomena in the tame, and vice versa. That's why you've devoted your lives to protecting the tame and maintaining the delicate balance between the powers that rule over each place, ensuring that conflicts between the violent and fickle Fae courts never endanger innocent people again. So with that, I would like to basically begin this with a bit of a caveat, I suppose. You guys, many of you included things of the Fae in your introduction, so we are going to be dealing with them. I don't know much about them properly, so I'm going to be making a bunch of shit up. So, also, I'm going to swear. Apologies. So with that, let's introduce your characters and tell me a bit about who you are and what you can do. And then I think, as we mentioned just before this started, in the interest of time, I think we're not going to do bonds. We'll just get started, and you guys are all friends, or at least shakily allies. And yeah, so let's start as you appear. Hey, I could start as you appear in the Twitch window. Let's go left to right. Sean.
Uh, cool. I'm just casually pulling up my Pinterest board. Oh my gosh. There it is. Okay. Yeah. So I am playing Sean the Wronged. Uh, I have had not the greatest interaction with the Fae. I made a deal with them and then broke that deal and stole a magical pitchfork from them, which they in turn stole, well, not stole, kidnapped my best friend. Um, Sean has a old red pickup. It definitely has like the 3 front seats. And then the pitchfork that I have sits in the shotgun rack instead of a shotgun. I guess a little bit about what he looks like. Um, I guess if you've seen, oh, who is this? Simon Pegg as Gary King. He wears a like black leather jacket or a black trench coat. Black hair. Uh,
All black.
he's yeah, black on black, but like
All black everything.
not like a cool like biker guy, more of a like if shit hits the fan, I'm gonna run. Like I've been kind of saying
Cool.
that Sean used to be the crooked, but feeling guilty about my best friend being taken, my best friend Matt. I've done a lot of research into into the Fae, and have been trying to get up the courage to get him back. So yeah, that's a little bit about him. His pronouns is he, him. Very paranoid. Yeah.
Okay, paranoid and kind of a coward. Up
Yeah.
next, Sal.
Hey, so I'm playing Sal. Sal's they them. Sal also kind of maybe technically stole a weapon from the Fae, and that Sal used to be on the police force, and was a fairly competent, somewhat decent, a little bit. I don't want to say simple, but he just would work by rote. So people will get ma'amed or sirred or child, regardless if they are ma'am, sir, or child. And Sal just kind of got a bit fed up with not being able to get the bad guys because of loopholes and technicalities. So when Sal worked with a Fae cop and they had a blood gun, Sal kind of took it and went vigilante. And now kills monsters and or bad guys. But yeah, Sal has no real look except for a baseball cap and maybe a toothpick, and they tend to try to blend in, except for when that gun comes out, because it is chatty, loud, noisy. Yeah. I
Got
guess
a mind of
that's
its own, quite literally.
got a mouth of its own. Yep. So yeah, that's all you need to know about Sal, really.
All right, Sparrow.
All right. So I'm playing Sparrow, and Sparrow is they them pronouns, and they are they're professional. The agency that they are with is some private individual's private crusade, which I'm sure Jonny will get into when he introduces them proper. But Sparrow used to be a mercenary hired to kill monsters, and it worked pretty well for a while. This is kind of just the newest endeavor. But they are under the radar. They wear all black and white usually, suits, blazers. But they do have, with their agency, the ability to blend in wherever they need to be with lots of cover disguises, and their RV, which lets them surveil and capture monsters for the agency as they need. I think that's kind of it. That's kind of all you need to know.
Okay. And finally, Samuel Trick Grayson.
Just call me Trick. Yeah.
Oh,
so,
it's like
so
that,
Trick,
is it?
Trick Grayson is going to use he/him pronouns. He's, a 13-year-old kid who, ever since birth, he's been gifted with the sight. He's been able to see ghosts and monsters and fey creatures that most people can't. And that's a pretty traumatic thing to go through as a child, and especially when you have that sort of ability, they're always also like attracted to you because you can kind of interact with them. And so after being, terrorized by these things for years, he encounters one day this like ancestral object that's been passed down through his family, that contains within it the consciousness of like this grand historical lineage, and this potentially dark entity. I don't think Trick really cares. It offers him a deal of power in exchange that one day he too joins this collective and he carries on this family lineage. And so Trick accepts. And so within him dwells this sort of collective consciousness of his ancestors and whatever dark force permeates their history. And in exchange, he's got his dual disc, and he can make his Yu-Gi-Oh cards come to life and fight for him. Now, unless you also have the sight, you can't see the monsters, but Trick can. And yeah, he fights monsters with monsters and spells and traps, and I'm excited. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Okay. So then, I think the person. Let me think. Who would have sort of the most connection to like a and I think I know the answer to this question, but like a not quite underbelly, but just like the folks on the ground, bar owners and such. Who's most likely to have a friend who's a bartender?
I was gonna say either Sal or Sean, maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then we're going to start with Sal getting a. Or hang on. Flip. I'm going to get Sal and Sean confused. I'm calling that now.
Well, we
We're
did
all
this on
S
purpose. We're all
names.
S names.
Yep. There was a theme.
Did you guys like call each other or?
No,
Yeah,
the
we
audience,
got together.
they're the common denominator there, that and me.
As well as myself. I was
Yep,
there.
yep.
I was
Well, you're
lurking in
almost-
the chat.
Well, then Sean, we absolutely did. Have fun, Johnny. I am. Sean, you will get a phone call from your buddy Wally.
What's up, Wally?
Can you come help me 86 these guys? I got another couple of your types.
You be more specific. I'm trying to stay on the down low.
Yeah, and I'm trying to have a bar that's not torn up by whatever the hell these things are. It's that magic weird crap, and I know that's your cup of tea.
All right. I'll be there in 10.
Make it 5. Click.
Okay. What's the bar that Wally owns?
Wally. He owns a bar that's just called Wally's Bar. The conversation literally went, "Hey Wally, what are you gonna name your bar?" Figure, mine's Wally. It's my bar.
Cool. Yeah. Sean will hop in his truck, start it up. It'll take like 3 turns of the key to finally get it to kick in. And head down to the bar.
Alone.
Yes. When I get there, I will assess the situation.
Okay. So you'll get there. Why don't we have this? Why don't we jump to you're pulling up and you can definitely hear a commotion inside. Why don't you roll read a bad situation?
First roll of the night.
Let's get
Oh,
started.
by the
My
way,
favorite.
you also have both a -1 and a +1 to your next roll. So we'll go with -1 first from Fury Summer.
Who says that it has to be a -1 first?
Yep, it's got to be a -1 first. Your next roll, you can have a +1.
Thanks, Mike. -1 first. You said read a bad situation.
Bad situation.
Okay. Can't see.
Take off your sunglasses in order to
Yeah,
function
I
in
can't
society.
see. That's gonna be an 8.
All right, you can ask one question. And a note to the viewing audience, I am a monster from hell, so I tend to just allow anything you could reasonably figure out. You can ask that question. I don't stick to the list.
I guess. Write myself the question. What danger haven't I noticed walking into this bar? What do I see?
Well, are you assessing the situation or are you walking into the bar?
I'm walking into the bar.
Okay.
Because we're all edgelords,
So you walk
we're
in.
dumb as fuck.
Real
I got my
cool
leather
guys
jacket. I've stolen a pitchfork. I'm unstoppable.
Real cool
Sometimes.
guys walk towards the explosion.
Yes.
So when you open this door, the very first thing you see is coming basically straight for your head is a bar stool, which you will duck and it will crack harmlessly on the wall behind you. And then as you look, a lot of the tables and chairs have been flipped over, and there's quite a lot of broken glass, and sort of hurling things either randomly or at each other. There is a 9.5 foot tall ogre, huge, muscle bound, barely dressed, and uh, a figure that seems composed out of roots and branches with little blooms at the end of some of its headstalks. This is a spriggan.
Cool. I'm gonna go hide. Like,
Okay.
gonna go
In-
dive behind the bar, take out my phone, and I'm gonna call Sparrow.
Roll act under pressure.
I get a +1 to this one, right, Sarah?
Yes, a +1 from Dixon.
Thank Dixon. I'm sorry, Jonny. You said act under pressure?
Sure did.
Okay. 11.
Okay. So yeah, it actually looks pretty slick. You run in and like diving over the hood of the General Lee, you slip over the side of the
I'm
bar.
I'm not that cool. I'm literally like trying to skitter around the side.
Ramble.
I am not that graceful.
Okay, have it your way. You
Yeah. Don't make me that cool.
Hobble through the bar.
heave yourself over the bar and thump down on your shoulder. You land on your keys.
Oh,
In your
And
shoulder?
on the as well.
Oh, okay.
The greeting you down here is your pal Wally, who's just like, well, if I wanted somebody to hide, I would have called myself.
well, I didn't know that you had a 9-foot creature in here. Just
I told you.
hold on. I'm gonna like put my finger up to him, like a hold on, and call Sparrow.
Sparrow,
Ring,
your phone
ring.
ring.
Ring, ring.
Who's this?
Hey, can you come down to Wally's bar? There's like a fight down here with like a 9-foot person and some other tree thing. It sounds like it's up your deal.
Up my deal. You're gonna have to be more specific.
You
This,
fight scary things.
Right. Okay. What? This is a 9-foot creature. Does it have any distinguishing characteristics?
I'm gonna peek my head over the bar. Jonny, are there any distinguishing? Oh, it looks to be an ogre.
Wearing a thong.
An ogre, barely clothed.
And then there's another thing that has branches coming out of it, like a tree.
Like a tree person, like a person, but it's tree.
Okay. Do I know what that is based on the description?
Why don't you roll investigate a mystery?
All right.
Description of a branch.
A 9-foot ogre person with tree things.
Well, it's a separate person. That's a tree.
Hang on. I think that's a 9. Let me double check my stats. Yeah, I have a +1 to sharps. 9.
Okay, so I think, yeah, with that, you know precisely that this is an ogre, and the tree person is most likely a Spriggan.
Okay. All right. I'll head down. Stay out of
Should
trouble.
I try? Oh, so I should not light it on fire.
I mean, if you want to keep it busy, I guess, but I mean, my MO is always to grab it, but you do you. I'll be there in a bit.
I think
Okay.
Wally's going to shout into the phone, if you're going to be as useless as your friend here, you might want to bring some backup.
All right. I think Sparrow will start making their way to the bar, but we'll call Sal and Sam on the way, and or pick them up in my RV.
I mean, otherwise Trick is probably riding a bicycle, for being honest here.
Perfect.
Exactly what I anticipated.
I was gonna say, I think that on top of that, Sean would text Sal and be like, "Things are going down at our favorite bar. Free drinks."
Free tricks.
I'm definitely grabbing some of the bottles of hard liquor and chucking them over the bar at the
Waste.
creatures.
Double thumbs up text emojis.
Cool.
I think as you do that, Wally's going to be like, do I need to be running a tab for you now?
I thought it was the other way around.
Oh my god. You better fix this.
That's why you called me, didn't you?
Rick, I kind of do really want you to show up on a bike.
Oh, Trick has. Okay, we said a bike earlier. No. It's a scooter.
Electric.
Even
Yes.
better.
It's not an electric scooter. No. It's foot powered. He's gotta do the kicking. You know?
Why do you think they call him Trick?
That's right.
The Razor scooter.
Do the jump and spin thing.
Wait, what color are the handlebars? What color are the
Does the jump-
handlebars?
He
The
does a
ribbons.
little wheelie as he pulls in. You know, pulls back on the scooter. I mean, to do the wheelie, he stands next to it and just leads up back up the scooter. But
Yeah.
David, what color are the handlebars of your scooter?
he has spray painted them black.
So they're real
Oh, yeah.
crunchy.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
All of us, all black.
All black.
Cool looking yet unpleasant. Okay, so
Trick will say to Sparrow, "So, what did you bring me here for?"
yeah, you guys are all pulling up. You three are outside.
Yeah. Well, from the sounds of it, there's a Spriggan and some sort of ogre. Some
Huh.
Fae creatures.
Yes, ma'am.
Pathetic to us.
Greetings and salutations, child, ma'am, sir. I'm here for the alcohol.
Oh
Ha. Then we're here for similar interests.
Aren't you underage? I'm gonna have to see some ID.
What are you, a cop?
And then he kind of looks off into the mid-distance. Once upon a time in a former life, yes, I was part of law enforcement.
Yeah, no, I've got ID. Give me 1 second. Is this your card?
You've activated my trap ID.
Child, I don't think you know how this works. You're supposed to give me a handy
Oh,
wrapped around the card, and I'll say, oh, yes, you are definitely over 18, ma'am, sir, or child, and then I hand you back the card and I keep the bills.
I think Trick goes through like his pockets, and then he holds out to you, and he like nods approvingly, and he drops in your hand. It's like one of those like bubblegum wrappers that has like, you know, you've earned a free double mint or something. And he like nods, and he's like, "I'm of age."
I know how to do a bribe.
And it's at this that Sal does not know how to compute, so just kind of stands there and waits for someone else to do something.
Yeah. Could I have, Johnny, could I have said that Sparrow would have called the agency on the ride over to get some information on Spriggan/ogres?
Yeah, roll deal with the agency.
Hell yeah. Which is what, plus sharp? With
Yes.
that? Okay. 12.
Nice. A request for gear or personnel so can be stuff.
Were those any words in there?
Nope. Okay. What do you just want to know, like, sort of general information?
Yeah, how do we, any special abilities of Spriggans or ogres that we need to be aware of other than, you know, being huge? That kind of thing. What
Well,
am
the
I up
first thing,
against?
I think the first thing that you would just kind of know is that they, as creatures, are servants to opposite courts. The Spriggan serves the Seelie court and the ogre the Unseelie. As far as um, powers and abilities, ogres are obviously extremely strong and very skilled at hurling things and turning just about anything into a bludgeoning weapon.
Hmm.
And Spriggans, the thing that you kind of have to watch out for is they can grow and flex their bodies more or less at will and turn basically any part of themselves into a weapon. And yeah, as far as sort of battle capabilities, that's the intel you get.
Okay. All right. I think as we're like pulling up here, I think Sparrow pulls out her SMG, I guess, which has those. I think they have some stun bullets loaded
Okay.
into it, to potentially subdue these things. And it's like,
Okay.
well, try not to get near these things. They might poke you. You know, especially that Spriggan. Block out. They're pretty fierce. But I don't know. These guys are from opposite ends of the court, so sounds like we're in the middle of some sort of turf war. Heading in.
All right. So then you all head in and you see what Sean saw. There's basically wreckage all over the place. And I think I want Sal to roll read a bad situation, and I want Trick to help out.
Trick, you have a -1 to your roll because of your brother. Thank him.
Oh, this is not a good start.
What am I rolling again? Sorry, Keeper. I will
Read a bad situation.
read a bad situation.
Well, as far as the help, I don't think Trick is very much help. That is a 5 on the dice, -1, plus a 0 to cool. So that is a 4. Smooth 4. Strong start.
Woo.
Mm.
Okay.
All right, let's see what I rolled. I rolled a 9, so a mixed success.
Okay. So I think the information that I want to give to you is that, like, as these two creatures are uh causing a kind of wreckage and more or less bumping into each other, the sense you get from them is that they are stumbling. Like, the kinds of movements that they're making are wide and broad and not nearly as adept as specifically the Spriggan would otherwise be. Trick, you are very excited to be in a bar for the first time and run over to sit at the bar, distracting everyone from making any more inferences. You order something that sounds grown up. What sounds grown up to you?
Yes, I would like one vanilla sunrise on the rocks, shaken and stirred.
And Sean pop up from below the bar and just be like, "How did you get in here? You're underage."
No, I'm not. I gave my ID to the guy at the door.
Oh, then okay. What did you want?
Vanilla sunrise on the rocks, shaken and stirred.
Are you sure?
Like from television.
I'm
Fuck it.
certain.
Okay. 1 second, and he ducks back down, and you hear some clinking and stuff, and then a little like,
You also hear, "Are
baller.
you kidding me right now?"
"Hey, he's trying to help you too." And I'll slide a like baller glass of something like white, and like the liquids are definitely separating onto the bar top.
Trick is going to grab it. He's going to bring it to his mouth. He's going to take one sip, spit it immediately out, and be like, just like I like it.
Sal's wiping down their shirt because this kid just spat white shit on their front.
That will definitely get the attention of the Spriggan, who's spins to look at the bar, and it's the face of this thing is like what it would look like if the roots of a tree grew into something strikingly face shaped. So it's definitely not a full solid piece. And in the eye sockets, there are just these like dim flickering green eye lights. And it holds out a hand towards you, Trick, and that hand starts to stretch and wiggle across the bar towards you. What do you do?
I think Trick is going to clutch his adult drink to his chest because this is his. Thank you very much. As much as he doesn't like it, and I kind of want to, I guess, with one hand, like try to draw a card and play something against them.
I'm gonna have that first of all be an act under pressure.
Okay, that's
You have a
reasonable.
plus
You might
one
not be
roll
able to-
trick to that because of
Oh.
Onyx Robot. I don't know why everyone's
Onyx.
doing this in pairs for some reason.
Hey, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
It's nice and balanced.
Hmm.
That is 7 on the dice. Plus 1 is 8. And act under pressure is still plus 0. So that's an 8. That's a mixed success.
Okay, in which case, you will be able to hold on to your adult beverage or play a card, but not both.
All right. I think he starts going for the card. And the hand like gets too close, and so I think he does give up the adult beverage into the hand of the Spriggan, so then he can fully draw a card and place it on his field. He wants to use some magic if possible.
All right, the hand will definitely catch the glass from below and tip. I'll keep it from tipping or spilling any further. Why don't you roll use magic to play that card?
Ooh, that is a 9 on the dice plus 2. So
Hell
that is
yeah.
an 11.
All right. What happens?
Yeah.
What is your intention with this roll?
So Trick's intention, he draws a card. I think he probably draws a hand of cards. So he has stuff to play in the course of this battle. And the first one he places on the field is a trap card called Trap Hole. And I think underneath the legs of the Spriggan, he wants like a magical dimensional hole to appear in the floor and start to suck it in. He's trying to restrain it.
Okay.
And additionally to that, when I use magic, I have the move Hex. So I can also cause them to immediately suffer 2 harm on a successful spell. So
Okay. So that's all of you see this start to happen. I have a very clear image of what this looks like in my head. The the hole beneath this brigand like starts as a very pinpoint thing, and then as it spreads, it's as though it's just pulling the texture of the floor down into it, and then it just opens up into this void that this brigand tries to like balance, like wedging its feet against the edges so it doesn't fall in, and then eventually it gets too big and it just falls in and kind of catches itself but lands very hard on its underarm, and you can see it like crack into some of the roots on its side, and it's with its other arm, the beverage heading back towards it uh, shakes side to side and a lot of it falls out, and you can hear it go, oh.
No.
That's what you get for taking my drink, my vanilla sunrise from me.
All right, it has taken that 2 harm, and it is restrained, which will make the ogre had been, you realize now, tearing the legs off of bar stools and throwing them at the dartboard. But then it will stop doing that and turn to look at this brigand trapped in its little hole. What are you guys doing?
Hiding.
Do we know the Sealy versus unsealy core is one like the good one versus bad one, or why are they like even in this freaking bar?
So no, not really. They're like,
Okay.
technically it's one is the summer court and one is the winter,
I
but
see.
they are both of them just as violent, just as scheming, just as monstrous as the other.
Mhm.
The only way to maintain this peace that there is to have things be in balance, because otherwise they are constantly, well, fighting. I think your initial assumption is what would have been sort of the de rigueur, that if they're here, they're fighting each other, and that means that their conflict has spilled out into the tame.
Okay.
So that's, it's not a good guys, bad guys thing. It's you are an observer in a battle between two otherwise
Gotcha.
equal nations.
Okay. Well, seeing that the brigand is kind of restrained, I think that Sparrow would point their SMG. This is ridiculous, and shoot
Can you remind us what your SMG stands for?
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Is she like normal size Sarah Michelle Gellar? You just picking up a whole petite blonde woman, or
It's a little compact SMG.
Can you get these Kiwi coins so I can add -1 to rolls?
oh, they're at the. Well, actually, Sparrow has a +1 to her next roll because of Miah.
Oh yeah, thanks, Miah. Yeah, and I want to point Sarah Michelle Gellar at the ogre.
For those that don't
Alright.
know, that stands for a
Fire
submachine
away.
gun.
It does.
I-
But it's
I
great.
I love that you've had Buffy guns or weapons in this and then in the cover
And
story.
the cover story.
Yes.
I have a show. All right. Do I kick some ass?
Roll kick some ass, yeah.
And I get a +1. 11.
Okay, pick your advantage from that list. Do more, take less, etc., etc.
I will do. So these are stun bullets. So I don't know if doing more harm would just add to that stunning effect, but I think that's kind of what I would like to try to do if possible. Yeah. So I'll do that one.
Can I ask?
Yeah.
I know it doesn't matter because this is a mechanical thing. When you say stun bullets,
Yeah.
what do you imagine them being?
What do you? Well, I think they
Have you set your phaser to stun, or is this like rubber bullets?
I sort of think like they're more like rubber bullets that maybe have like some sort of electrified type thing that would knock people out. It's kind of tase people out maybe. I don't know. I don't know guns. Or weapons or
I
stunning.
studied the blade. Okay. All right, so you do that. You fire Sarah Michelle Gellar. You squeeze off a set of rounds at him, and it like they come to slam into his shoulder and the side of his face, and he holds up a hand slowly to sort of shield himself from it, and looks at you and is like, and picks up the seat of one of the bar stools that he'd been tearing apart and hurls that at you. You will. I think that'll only actually do one harm.
Okay. I have armor, so I assume that.
Yeah, so
kinda
you
gets
will
the brunt of it.
probably either sidestep or bat it away.
Yeah.
But then he will just kind of throw his hand dismissively at you and then begin to lumber towards where the Spriggan's in the hole.
Mhm.
Sean, what are you doing?
Hiding under the bar.
Nice. Sal, what are you doing?
Get your ass out of here, Sean.
So,
I'm contributing
to
from
the,
under the bar. Sweet.
to the
I made that
intoxication of
drink.
minors. So will be like, oh, I think they're drunk, but fuck it, and they'll pull out their Fae blood gun. And
We right into battle.
Oh my god.
yeah, we are. Come on, Gracie, let's do this. And instead of going for the Spriggan or whatever, they'll go for the ogre because big, naked, mostly naked dude. Yeah. Also, I've got a +1 from Dixon on my roll, so
Very generous.
yeah.
Also, can we back up for just a second? Do you call your gun Gracie?
Yeah, well, his whole name
I
is
adore
because he insists
His
on being
Arthur's-
called His
Arthur-
Grace, but his whole name's His Grace Arthur Hewitt Grenville Stewart, the last Duke of Shetland. But Sal calls him Gracie because he insists on being called Grace, but Sal can't quite. Sal's not Scottish or even from Britain, so royal titles.
Well, the bloody landed gentry.
I got no fucking
right.
clue what you're saying, man. Let's just go pew pew on the big guy.
Pew pew it is.
Yeah, that I'm going to say pew pew. I rolled a 10.
Alright, sick.
And since it's my blood gun who's just spat out a blood bullet, I'm going to do extra damage. Was he expecting this? Because this is the first time I shoot. Because I'm an assassin, I do an extra 2 points of harm.
Okay, I'll allow that.
You'll allow that?
Nice.
Okay, so that is a total of 5 points of harm.
Nice.
Hell
Easy.
yeah.
And we'll like strike a pose.
Will you tell me what does Gracie fire?
It's a red bullet. Well, it's not really a red bullet. It's more you can almost see it in slow motion, this whizzing red line as it spears towards its target.
Okay, so you will fire that, doing 5 harm to this unarmored, unclothed ogre. And as it like steps and sort of, you can see it in a bit of profile, your gun fires out like a third of the left of its abdomen into just this bloody hollow. And it looks down at that and goes, and I think he's going to make an angry face at you, take one angry step forward, and then his eyes will roll back into his head, and then he'll slump onto his face.
Shit, I was expecting that one to go down a lot harder, a lot later. I'll go stick the gun into his bleeding hole so that Gracie can sloop it up.
Oh.
Jeez. Is he like dead or unconscious? Which is it, Jonny?
By all accounts, unconscious. I think
Okay.
if you want to go over there and check, that'll be a check. But it's a lot of blood, and the Spriggan is now still trying, like scraping against the side of the hole, trying to get out, and like looks distressed, but is also bringing the the glass up to its mouth to take a sip.
That's all I wanted. Just a drink, and they wouldn't serve me.
I kind of want to tune in. That's a move that I have as the spooky. That's what I took as my level up.
Nice.
Where I can attune to the mind of a monster, rolling plus weird, and I can potentially learn some from doing that. I'm kind of interested in learn like this. Brigand and I feel like kindred spirits. We just came here for drinks. Like we are on equal footing, it seems. Like I get that he was causing havoc in the place, and I've reprimanded him for that now. But
Send him to time out.
I will. That's amazing. So I have a +2 to weird, so that makes that a 6 total. Did anyone happen to have given me a +1? Maybe.
No, sorry. The only waiting roll is a -1 to Sparrow for having to switch to rubber bullets from Onyx Robot. Oh, someone added a +1 for you. Moral Dilemma 363 just gave you a +1 to Trick. Wow.
That makes me have a 7 for that weird.
Okay, then you can ask one of those questions.
Yes. I'm gonna ask. What is it planning to do right now?
Drink.
Right now, it's planning to patch up that hole and get his buddy back.
His buddy back. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
These two are pals. These two of opposite courts
Why
of
are you
friends,
fighting?
you say. I think when Trick does this, he there's definitely a card that's like mind reading of some kind, but I don't remember it off the top of my head right now. He plays that one on his dual disc. There's one that lets you see your opponent's hand. That's the one he plays, but in this case, it's he sees his opponent's hand mentally, and he puts his hand to his head and is like, "Huh, he's trying to get out of the hole and save his friend." Twist.
Plot twist.
And so Trick shares that information with the group, basically.
Cool.
All right.
Wait, they're drinking buddies.
Yeah, drinking buddies like you and me. Yeah.
Nope.
Is Wally still below the bar with me?
Cowering.
Wally, I thought you said there was a bar fight here.
I said they were trashing the place. I'm not sure I appreciate the difference.
Okay, so essentially you want us to send the party somewhere else, just not here.
Was I unclear? No, I want them to stick around. I'm hoping we can all be pals.
Is it A or is it B? Because they're just pals having a good time.
A little too good of a time. I want them out of here.
Okay. What's the most expensive alcohol in this place?
Oh boy, I get to make up an expensive alcohol. Fury-sama, any suggestions?
It's not vanilla sunrise.
Mm-mm.
Chocolate
It is
sunrise.
I'm more so talking about like a bottle of hard liquor, not
Oh,
necessarily
I
like
know.
a mixed drink.
I think I'm literally going to say it is
There's some
Ooh.
Lagavulin.
Mike
it
says
says cognac.
Louis something
The 13th.
cognac?
Louis XIII.
Ah.
Cognac.
You really
Yeah,
think
when
Wally
you
would
say
have
what-
that Fury Summer?
Would you say what's the most expensive liquor in the place? His eyes like involuntarily turn to look up to the shelf above the top shelf that has precisely one bottle that's in a glass case that has a little padlock on it, and inside it is basically a bottle of Grey Goose, but instead of gray, it is golden.
Okay.
It's golden goose.
let's see. I'm gonna grab like a beer bottle and like stand up and like chuck it at that like glass container or glass case of it, and hopefully it shatters like the case.
I think that's going to be act under pressure.
Okay. Do I get any plus ones?
No, not unless someone does it now.
Okay,
No.
no. It's 6.
So you throw this beer bottle, it clanks off
no.
the edge of the glass case, which starts teetering, and you hear Wally under his breath go, "No!" And then the whole thing inches closer to the edge and tips over and shatters on the ground. Case, bottle, booze, everywhere.
Oops.
Wally looks from the puddle up to you.
Collateral
just goes,
damage.
"Get
And I'm gonna
out."
grab a bottle of Malibu and be like, and like turn to the rest of the bar, like, hey, let's leave this trash place and like head to the bar down the street. Drinks on me.
I think Sparrow just kind of turns to you with like gun up in the air and just like, "There's. Do you not see the monsters in the middle of the room?
They're just trying to have a good time.
We gotta get them out of here."
Yeah, that's why I'm offering free drinks. This way.
I think Sparrow is actually gonna move forward. I might need some help here because this is a friggin' ogre.
Some help?
Yes, I want to take this ogre in the RV because I do have a monster cage in my RV, and so I kind of want to take it with me. I think I have a live capture policy with the agency, and I think this ogre might know more about what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think I might look at Sam and at Sal and be like, "Come on, help me out. This thing isn't gonna be so easy to move."
I kind of want to go for the free drinks.
You can get your free drinks after you move this to the van. Let's go.
You promise?
Sure, kid.
Yes!
I don't know how to become a babysitter.
Finally gonna taste alcohol.
Yeah. Trick would like to play another card, summoning, because there's been lots of chatter in the chat for it. Summoning Beaver Warrior to help carry the body, because he's like a skinny, frail kid.
Yeah.
He needs a squat Beaver Warrior to help him move this body out.
Is Beaver Warrior oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
I am very pleased. Okay, why don't you roll use magic for that?
All right. Good rolls. Yes. That is a 14 total.
Okay.
Nice.
So Trick plays a card, and then from a swirl in the ground rises a squat, armored, ambulatory beaver with a stumpy little sword. And he like salutes you. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Fletcher, baby boy Grub.
He likes to sit on Johnny's shoulder.
You're on TV. So I think what I'm gonna need then is Sparrow to roll, because the Spriggan, though restrained, is still active and will try to stop you from taking the ogre out. So why don't we have Sparrow roll act under pressure, and either
-1.
Trick or Sal. Sparrow roll act under pressure with -1. And
Well,
either
I'm gonna
Trick or
add
Sal,
3 to that with
Hell yeah.
with my
and then either
move.
Trick or
Follow
Sal
it up.
roll help out.
Oops.
Sal, you should roll the help out. I have a
Because-
+0 to roll.
Okay.
I rolled an 11 to act under pressure.
I rolled a 9.
Okay. So I think what that's going to mean is you will interfere in a way that will help Trick and Beaver Warrior and Sparrow get the ogre out, but that will mean you becoming entangled with the Spriggan. So you like grab one of the roots and it grabs you back.
It's rooting me.
Okay. The other two of you get that thing out, and Sean, you are just trying to go to another bar.
Yeah, I'm holding like a bottle of Malibu and trying to get these monsters to go. I think at this point I'm pretty much just holding the door open.
Okay, Sparrow, you will notice that one of the ogre's eyes is open, and it is looking at that bottle of Malibu.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And are we dragging this thing out right now? The ogre?
Yes.
Okay. I might try talking to the ogre, I guess, as we're moving this thing out. Oh, you want some of that alcohol? Is that what you're after?
Roll manipulate someone.
And I have -1 to my charm. 7.
Okay. He'll just. I think he's just gonna grunt and nod.
We give you some alcohol. Will you get the fuck out of here?
I was gonna weakly kind of be like, "Why should I?"
Because you don't belong here. You're supposed to go back to the wild.
Says who? The Queens?
No, I fucking do.
But I don't know you. And I know that the Queens is gone doing whatever they want to do, so I'm gonna do the same. Me and my mate Bloom in there weren't hurting nobody. Just trying to have a party.
Having a really hard time being mad at this ogre.
Just like the Queens is doing.
Sorry, say that part again, Johnny.
Just like the Queens is doing. Off running about who knows where.
Look, Sparrow, what if we gave them some alcohol, brought them somewhere else, and they can continue their little party, but in exchange, maybe they can give us some information? That's what you're after, right, Sparrow?
I guess. How's that sound to you?
Ooh,
Ogre.
you're asking ogre.
Never quite caught a name.
He'll like very slowly. I imagine he's like lying on the ground in your van's monster cage.
Mm-hmm.
He'll like move his hand over his chest and go, "Trounce."
Trounce. Well, Trounce, we get you some liquor. You guys go somewhere off where you aren't harming anybody. You get your friend.
Don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Pretty much.
Hey, he
Gotta move
gets
this
it.
party elsewhere.
Party at Sparrow's place.
At that, he will like kind of look intrigued at Sparrow. What sort of place have you got?
Oh, it's an enclosure of some kind that you can play in your heart's content.
Like a blooming zoo?
There aren't any spectators, really.
I mean, we can watch if you want. I'm sure the kids into it.
Whoa.
I'm not into that.
Or, you know, there's this area of the woods. We could bring you there, too. Pretty secluded.
Can Bloom come?
Sure, Bloom can come as long as he gets him out of this bar.
Oi, Bloom! We're going to a zoo! And Sal, inside this Spriggan that now has you pretty tangled up on both of your arms and wrists, sort of goes slack and perks up and looks out the door. And it looks at you and goes, "You have a zoo for us?"
She does. I mean, they do. I just kill things. But yeah, sure. Drink. That kind of thing.
I too have killed much, but now I am to the zoo.
Good on you. Have fun. Weirdo.
Yeah, if it seems like they're more interested in leaving and going with their pal, then I will definitely release my trap hole magic, letting the Spriggan out.
Or hop right in here. We got a seat for you in my RV.
Rick, the Spriggan will say to you, "Very impressive card magic. If the queens were not missing, I would recommend you to them."
Recommend me to them as what? Suitor?
Ew. No. Ew.
Their loss.
A mageling, or perhaps a student.
I study under no one. The dark arts are mine to command, and mine alone.
Though you are proving yourself a capable jester. And he'll like reach one of his heads up, pat you on the top of your head.
Yeah, he'll like bristle a little bit, but he'll let them walk out of the bar unaccosted.
Okay.
And Johnny, I think I might actually call the agency to see if they have some place within our facilities that they could stay. I'm sure there's some sort of enclosures they could stay in, like a zoo.
We'll deal with the agency.
Ah, that's 7.
I don't like that smile.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now you know what we say every week. We like when he goes to the side like this
profile
and
mode.
gets the thinky face on. We call it profile mode. That's when you know you fucked up.
But it always sounds great.
Yeah, for
me.
you.
So, all right. So on the other end of the line, the person who's going to answer will, in fact, be your wealthy benefactor, the Countess.
Mm-hmm.
What's this I've heard about you running around with those ruffians again? And a child this time, Sparrow, honestly.
The child's actually proved themselves pretty capable with their cards. I didn't understand it. But there's a Spriggan and an ogre from the wilds came out. Something about their queen missing. Told them they could go stay in a zoo enclosure or something and have fun there, and if they wouldn't mess with the bar anymore.
You want to send them together? They'll be at each other's throats.
Better there than in the bar.
You telling me they were battling each other in a bar?
Mm-hmm.
And either the war has spilled into the tame or the rules have changed.
What's that about? Whoa. What's that about a war?
Honestly, Sparrow, how long have we been working together?
Too long.
Basically, the Celian and Celia courts are almost constantly at war.
Yeah.
The piece that they have is absolutely an illusion. The moment either of them can get anything like a leg up on the other, it'll just be all out chaos and carnage.
Mhm.
Well, it's a good job you say that that putting them together won't be the end of the universe, because we only have the one enclosure available. So I'll send a pickup. Sparrow,
Good. Yeah.
I should prefer that you choose your teammates a bit more discerningly in future.
I'll make sure to keep that under advisement.
Beersies!
Hey, Countess, you know anything about these queens, missing queens?
Missing, you say?
That's what I overheard, yeah.
Well, that is troubling. For if the queens do not hold their thrones, then the delicate balance on which hinges upon social contracts and agreements could be at risk. I have another mission for you, Sparrow.
Oh, of course. What's that?
You are to enter the wilds, investigate these missing queens, and return them to the thrones if you at all possibly can.
Oh, a little road trip, eh? How the hell do we get to the wilds? Unless that's something that I would already know.
It is certainly something that you would already know.
Okay.
I think the roads into and out of the wilds would be in wild places, and it's things like fairy circles, and
Okay.
I think there is in the like I'm not going to bother with what city you're in, but in the like large nature preserve that
Mm-hmm.
there is a tree gate. There's like a tree that for most people it appears as like a sort of odd quirk of nature, that there's a tree that seems to grow out two stumps growing together, but you know that if you speak the right words, it becomes a doorway into the wild.
Okay. Cool. All right,
Bad bit.
Countess. What was
What's that?
Miah?
Nothing was a bad joke.
Well,
Yeah,
now
keep
you
that
have
to
to
yourself.
repeat it.
When Johnny said Tree Gate, I thought of Watergate, but
I thought of Stargate, but sure.
All right, Countess. We'll get your queens back. Well, they're not your queens. Hopefully. We'll get those queens back.
If you could come home with them owing us a favor, that would be rather a feather in your cap, Sparrow.
We'll see what we can do. Hang up.
All right.
And I think, yeah, as we're kind of transporting them towards this enclosure place, try to figure out what the heck they know about their queens being missing, maybe?
How are you doing that?
alcohol.
Get them even
You
drunker.
got some alcohol there, didn't you,
Trick,
Sean? Maybe
Trick
you
might
can
have a
loosen-
chance then with at least one of them if we get some drunk. We're talking about the queens, right? Or we're talking about someone else. I'm sorry, I'm not paying attention.
Talking really isn't my forte. One of you three.
Sure.
Get them to talk.
I have a box of alcohol that I've taken from Wally. Well, taken from Wally.
I don't know what the quotes
All
are.
the
You
drink-
just took
You
it.
did take it. Taken, as in I
I
did.
I
You
didn't
might
want
say
to
I stole
stole
it.
it, but nobody's saying that. I guess. What is the back of your? What does this cage thing look like, Lauren? Like I'm specifically wondering, can I ride in the back with these creatures? safely.
Well, it's an RV. It's big.
Yeah,
Big.
I'm sort of,
Yeah.
yeah, I am sort of imagining it like that. There's like sort of the cab up front, and then in the back there's like something like a living area, and then yeah, there would be. I'm imagining like a sort of, if you split it in half, one side is the cage that has a prison bed, and the other side might have chairs to sit in and interrogate. Not to
Okay,
steal the
so
answer of that question, but I absolutely did.
Yeah, that's fine. Didn't know what I was gonna say, but that's more or less what I had in mind.
so if I can be like sitting in front of this cage that the two creatures are in front of, and just like have this box of alcohol in front of me, I'm gonna hand those frozen slushy margarita things. I'm gonna give one of
Uh-huh.
those to Trick. You might like this one a little bit better, and then
Oh,
I
thanks.
will.
It's like so much his hair came off.
So drunk. Here, kid. This will straighten your hair.
It does that.
And
Rick, I will
I'll.
need you to roll act under pressure to handle
Yeah.
your alcohol.
Trick,
That's
you
reasonable.
have a +1 from Trogs.
Oh, unfortunately, that +1 is not enough. That is a 4 plus 0 plus 1, so that's a 5.
Oh,
Hi, F.
Are you drunk?
So, Trick, you are immediately drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. Trick,
That's not
trick.
even that strong as stuff.
Wow, that actually tasted really good.
maybe sit down and put a seatbelt on.
I find a waste paper
Okay.
bin or something, can kind of kick it in his direction,
Good thinking, Sal.
just in case.
Good point. I remember my first drink.
You do? I
A
don't.
little stronger. I mean, a little stronger than that.
You were
but,
doing it right.
Uh,
I think he got
What
so
do you-
drunk that he didn't notice that he dropped his wig.
Oh, so he's actually wearing a wig?
Oh yeah, no, it's to obscure his identity.
Oh, okay.
Point of order. Is Trick pretending to not be 13 years old?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he was coming to this bar regardless.
Mm-hmm.
This is just the bar he goes
Yeah,
to.
no, this is the bar he goes to when he's trying to get beer, and he so far has been totally unsuccessful, but tonight has been great.
Turns out the
uh,
bouncers don't look too hard when there's monsters inside.
It's crazy.
I should have tried this years ago when I was 12.
So I have this box of alcohol in front of me. There's all these different bottles. I've taken a bottle of vodka for myself. What do you fancy? What's your drink of choice? To the ogre and the spriggan.
The Spriggan it prefers gin, and the ogre prefers bourbon.
Yeah, I'm gonna search through all these bottles, all the clinking and clacking, and like hand over a bottle of gin and hand over a bottle of bourbon. I'll raise my bottle of vodka and tap it the prison bars. Unscrew it, take a quick swig.
And
Spriggan will
sig.
un-
Hard. Where's the heart?
Spriggan
Yeah,
will
I just
unscrew the top
light
of
up.
the Spriggan will unscrew the top of the gin and then just like poke a finger inside that will stretch down, and the root will start sucking up the gin.
That's fucking weird, but I guess whatever floats your boat.
No.
I don't
Sparrow?
have a boat.
What questions are you wanting?
What happened to their queens?
What happened to your queens?
Yeah, where are they at? I gotta know.
Good question. Yep.
Well, if that were known, they would be found, and the rules would be reinstated, and our freedom would come to a halt.
So let me get
Thank
this
you.
straight. You don't know where they are.
They've abandoned the throne for longer than before.
Sorry, what your accent is really thick.
So is yours.
I don't have an accent.
They both chuckle.
Hey. We're friends. Cheers. And they go this way.
Why don't you roll manipulate someone for funsies?
Funsies.
Jonny, you have a +1 because of your cat to award to anyone of your choosing
Oh.
because Miah.
Wow.
He probably
Okay.
won't use that though because it's a +1 and -1s are more interesting.
Yeah. Or maybe he can use it to oppose us somehow.
Or it could be super generous and a benevolent demigod.
That doesn't sound like him.
Sometimes I roll a 7 for manipulate someone.
Okay. I think that the ogre's gonna be like cross his arms, which will make a bunch of the bourbon splash around on his biceps, and he'll be like, "If you find them, are you just gonna bring them back?"
No, man, we're gonna kill him. So you'll always be free.
I mean, I don't want him. Do you
We'll
want
turn
him?
to each-
Only
each
back
other.
to my place.
I have properly titled this session. The ogre's gonna look at the spring and be like, "It's a bit dark, isn't it?"
Well,
Well, do you want him? I don't fucking want him.
Their rule is difficult and extreme. Yeah, they've got a lot of responsibility, but also quite a bit too much power. Look, all's we know is a while back, Queen stopped showing up to work, and the royal concierge Andreas won't let anybody in to so much as look at the thrones.
Well, that's fucked up.
That's what I said. He did. This one's got a mouth on him.
Fuck did you say?
Talking about his friend.
You might want to slow down there, little one.
I don't
Are you
know
talking?
what you're talking about. You should slow down.
Sparrow. We don't
Yeah.
know where the queens are, so what do I ask them now?
God damn, is this your first time ever interrogating somebody?
I'm not a cop.
Thought you hunted monsters.
I think you have me confused with somebody else. I don't hunt them. I
Typically, I
avoid
think
them.
you have them. I think you have him confused with Sal.
yeah, I used to be the cop. I'm playing the bad cop, and he's playing the good cop. He's giving them the alcohol, and I'm saying, actually, no, I said I'd kill their queen so then they could be free forever.
I'm the-
Fucked if I know what we're doing.
Maybe you should have done the interrogations.
Well,
Hey, I think I'm doing a pretty good job.
Okay.
All right. You know what? Here, fine. I don't need a Sparrow. I've got this. Who's in charge now?
They look at each other. They look at you, and at the same time, they both go, "Nobody."
what about this Andreas
So-
dick who's keeping everyone from looking at some thrones?
Maybe he killed them.
Yeah, maybe we should kill him.
Or he's just keeping them all to himself.
Oh, let's not go down that avenue, Trick. That's getting a little bit too dark for me.
How about you sit in the
Um,
corner and face it?
Sure.
Good.
It's in his head. No problem. So,
There's
Sparrow.
do you?
Yes.
the road has suddenly gone all wonky. Oh, hello, kitty. Oh boy.
It's gone all wonky.
At first you were driving, and then you and all of you felt like a thump, like you hit a pothole or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then you felt like another, like a thump, and you can start to see kind of the whole road in front of you is just like the sky is. It's like there's not. It's not that cloudy of a evening, but it is still as though the clouds are parting and sunlight is coming through, and the ground, the road that you're driving on is gradually turning into like a rough, well, the rough grounds of the wilds.
Okay.
Oh no.
We're getting somewhere, it looks like.
Roll act under pressure, Sparrow.
Okay. I'm gonna add 1 to this.
Okay.
I should.
That gives me
didn't
4
need-
points against you.
That would be 4 points against you, yeah.
Ooh,
I didn't need
professionals.
to because I rolled double 6s, so that's a 13. Or wait, no,
Hey,
that's
that's
a
the best
16. What am I talking about? I have a +3 to cool.
Nice.
That means you are able to successfully skid the whole RV to a stop before crashing into a veritable wall of trees.
Okay.
Tall, huge, thick, ancient.
Well, I think we're here.
At
What
the
makes you
zoo.
think that?
Wow.
We're at
no.
the zoo.
Yeah, that's what I said. The zoo.
Shit, were we supposed to get a ticket for the zoo?
It's a shit road.
You
We
know
really
what?
need
Just
better
keep sit
infrastructure.
tight. I gotta make sure that the zookeepers are ready for y'all. And I'm gonna hop out of the RV and I want to take a look around and assess the situation.
And you are unmistakably in the wilds. This is very overgrown, very old growth seeming kind of woods, like impossibly so. And the all of the colors and the lights strike you as brighter and truer than possible. The blue of the sky is just a shade that doesn't seem to exist in the tame. And yeah, you are kind of in an old growth forest. Even when you look back, the path that you came here through doesn't seem to go even as far as you seem to have come through it. You've been sort of dropped into a spot in the wilds.
We got like Wizard of Oz here. Okay. Yeah, we're not in the same place we were. I think I like pound on the RV. You guys might want to come out and check this. Check this out.
Sell, hop
Trick
out.
stumbles out of the side door.
Oh,
As he does
Can I-
so, finally turning around and realizing that his wig is still in the seat, and so he like panics, looks around, grabs it, and I'm gonna try to get this back on my head.
Will you also roll act under pressure as you're doing that?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Will
We'll see
you
how
roll
good
it with
this
a
goes.
-1 from Dixon for wanting to hit on those queens?
I think that's appropriate for the narrative, regardless. That is a flat 7 -1. That's a 6.
oh boy. Speaking of failures, Johnny,
Basically.
should we be marking experience?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think you're going to fail enough times to level up?
I mean,
It's
I think
not
I've failed 3
unprecedented.
times already.
Then yes.
Yeah, why not? Sure.
Okay, cool.
Benevolent demigod.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Semi-benevolent. Let's go with that. Okay, so yes, basically that's what happens. Trick reaches back, grabs his wig,
It's on
pulls it
backwards.
on over his head, and over his face. So he is partly obscured, but he either does not notice or does not care. And anyone with any doubt that he was wearing a wig no longer has that doubt.
That's hairpiece.
It can tell you never take that these guys will never level up in this one-shot bet. Noted.
I don't think you're supposed to wear a merkin on your head.
Well, aren't you a sassy lot?
What are you talking about? This is my hair.
Sure.
Right.
I grow this naturally.
Got
Aren't you a
it.
bit young to be worrying about your hairline, Sonny?
Who's the
Can
that's
we
talking,
hear this
Jonny?
voice?
This is Sal's gun talking.
Can we hear it?
Oh,
Sal, can
no.
other people hear the gun?
Sure. If they stay around me long enough, yeah.
Okay, you guys have been friends for a while. Well,
Acquaintances, colleagues. I'll pull the gun out, notice there's a bit of blood on the barrel, and get a little handkerchief out and daintily dab at it.
even that for later.
Whatever.
Okay,
Okay.
so you guys walk out and go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you.
Basically, all you guys walk out and you are firmly in the wilds. I think
Mm-hmm.
there is pretty clear, probably pretty much the way that you came is the clearest sort of path, but it does veer off to one side in a way that it didn't seem to when you were tripping over this place or however it is you found yourselves here. Those of you who maybe have been here before know that you are in some of the in some of the Sealy lands, so it's very pleasant here, almost alarmingly so. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
it feels climate controlled, and then
Mhm.
yeah, so that's kind of what you see. What do you want to try to do or figure out?
I think Trick was kind of interested in using. So he has the site, so he can. I think he has a very clear picture of both the Fae and like their energies.
Through that wig.
He kind of wants.
Yeah.
He wants to just follow the general Fae vibe, and try to just like head for the courts. Like if he wants to like see if he can follow the Fae to where they're like to where they might be going eventually. You know.
Okay. So I kind of feel like with the way that move works, a lot of the times you just get to do it, but because you're drunk, I'm going to have you roll investigate a mystery.
You
Okay.
have a +1 from Dixon. Again, this time for sticking
Thank
to
you.
your guns and going after the queens. I don't know. He tells you off
Hey,
for
look at
fluting
that.
and then he doesn't.
That is with that +1. That's a 10 total.
Nice.
Yeah. So
He finally parts his locks. I don't know if I have this right. This is definitely still wrong, but it's fine.
This is fine.
Everybody.
Fine.
His part line has moved from a center part to a side part. It's fine.
he's gone from Gen Z to Gen X. Okay. So yeah, you can then very clearly see, sort of as though you've like visually turned on no clip is the vibe that you can kind of see off in a couple of different directions. Off in one direction, there's what appears to be kind of a Fae village, and then there's like a cave of satyrs or some such, and then there is like the what I want them to call it is the border castle. So there is the proper court. Each court has its own sort of kingdom and sort of palace town, but the place where both queens would properly meet would be the border castle, and I think that is the place that you sense the most recent activity of either queen's specific aura.
Think Trick, noting that, will just point in that direction and say, "Follow me!" And then he's just gonna start going. He's just tromping. He has all the confidence of a drunk 13-year-old.
The cage will sort of rattle as the ogre is like, This isn't a zoo.
Yeah,
It's
we got
hot
a little
in here.
sidetracked. Got transported to the wilds, it appears. I mean, if you want to go free, you can. This is your home, after all.
I think they look at each other. They look at Sean. They look at the box of booze.
Oh, you can fucking have it.
And Trounce the ogre goes, "Can we come with you?"
Are you guys gonna behave?
Would you like us to behave?
Only, I think Sparrow will be like, only a little. We'll kind of give him a wink, and we'll let him out.
Okay. As you are doing that, you'll open the door and out will walk Trounce the ogre, but basically slithering through the bars that they could have seemingly gotten out of at any time. Bloom the Spriggan will also exit and come with you.
Can I ask a meta question, Johnny?
You can ask
Maybe.
it.
Okay. I saw it earlier mentioned in chat, but being that I did not bring my pitchfork into the bar and we rode on Sparrow's RV, do I have my pitchfork? And the reason I ask is because it's my special weapon.
It's not fun for me if you don't have it. This ain't Torchbearer.
Aw.
Cool, thanks, Dad.
That's Mr. Keeper.
I don't know who that is.
You. I don't know who that is.
It literally says on the bottom of his Twitch.
Oh, I'm
Mr.
not looking
Keeper.
at Twitch.
Although in
don't
Discord
see it in
here,
here.
you guys
It's
can't see,
God.
he's named himself God, basically.
Yep.
Yeah. And I mean, if you reverse it, it's just missing a little A thing and then, a fully D. So it's close to Dad.
Sure.
Anyways.
So you got your
Okay.
weapon.
So, point is, yeah, you guys have all of your equipment and such with you.
Cool.
Especially Trick.
All his
Oh,
cards.
he never goes anywhere without his dual disc. It's always on his arm, all times.
I am exciting for a
Even
card
in the
summon
shower.
to take place here in the Feywild.
Oh, what happened?
We
Everyone
reshuffled
rearranged.
Oh,
We are all in different spots.
I am Sparrow now.
Did someone rename themselves in Discord?
I did. I didn't know. I didn't
Put
know
it
that
back.
would move
Put
me.
it back.
Oh, it's alphabetical.
Yes.
Oh,
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 okay. I
no.
can fix that. I
And
can
there's
fix that.
two of me now. Wow. That's just what we need. Two Sarahs.
Whoops. I'm sorry.
Sals.
If we were
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about
There we go.
names, and I realized that. Did that fix it? Okay, it did.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
it is.
I
That's good.
realized that I was the only one who hadn't, like, in Discord, updated their name to be character or
oh,
something.
that's
so-
fun.
Well, you know what? I'm going to spend
I
a
was just
Kiwi
trying to be
coin to
proactive.
give David a
I
minus
appreciate you,
one.
David.
Oh.
There we
As
go.
he should, as he should.
Ripperonis.
Okay.
I
Your
I
next
mean,
roll.
then let's just go ahead and try to draw one of those cards. I'm thinking we need like some fast travel type stuff here.
Ooh,
You
okay.
really wanna
I'm
travel
gonna
fast?
go for like a dimensional door type situation, and I'm gonna try to play a spell card to that effect.
Okay. Would
With
you
a-
roll use magic, please?
With a minus
Yeah.
one because you
With
fucked up my
Minus
screen.
one.
Well, I do have a +2 to weird, but that's not gonna help much against snake eyes and a -1.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Exquisite.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Welcome
on
to our
face.
life.
No better time to fail than the present.
You know what?
Mm.
Kind of are in fail jail now.
Fae
So you
jail.
do this. Oh, Fae jail. I stick with
jail.
fail jail, but it also makes sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you start doing this dimension door, And it does at first begin to open in the way that you sort of hope it would. And you can see beyond it the uh, stairways leading up into basically the top floor of the border palace, the border castle. Border palace or border castle? What do we think?
Mm.
The Fae are fickle. They call it both.
One side calls it palace, one side calls it castle.
It's castle. Palace.
Palace.
So in the border castle, you can see that. But then it's like it starts doing like level select in Smash Bros or something, where it just starts flicking from a different location. Then you see a swamp, and then you see like a night sky, and then you see a dark dungeon, and then you see a catacombs, and then you see the swamp again, and then you see a forest, and then you see just the blue sky, and then you see like a lake, but as viewed from 10,000 feet in the air. And then it keeps going and going and going, and then it gets bigger and bigger, and actually shoots towards all of you and sucks you all in.
Fuck.
And hang on a second. Trying something.
I feel like
Uh-oh.
point of information. The last place that Sean wants to be.
Mm-hmm. Because you don't.
Oh my
like the
god,
Fae.
someone already clipped that thing?
Yeah, the real PoTus, man. He's onto it with all the Twitch stuffs. In fact, he's the one who convinced me to Twitch.
Hell yeah.
Well, thank you for your service.
Yeah, I was gonna say thank you for creating this monstrosity, the real PbtA. You are to blame.
I think Trick's to blame, actually.
Well, for this moment, yes, for sure.
If we are gonna, if I'm picking up what you're putting down, it seems like we might be tumbling into somewhere else. Sparrow might try to reach out to grab some of her companions, or sorry, their companions. Because if we get teleported, I want to make more of our chances that we will end up at the same place by maybe grabbing onto somebody. Does that make sense?
I think so. Roll act under pressure.
All right. I'm not gonna add anything this time.
Boring.
It's a 9.
Can I throw a wrench in the plan? I don't want to go in there.
Tough.
Too bad.
What a wrench. It's out of Trick's control.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Sparrow, pick 2.
Pick 2. Trick. And who else? One of Fae or one of Hunters? I'll do Sean.
Okay.
I'm not saying anything.
Yep. Because I know Sean is flighty with the Fae.
Boy.
I mean, can I grab Sal? If I'm getting pulled.
Roll act under pressure. Don't miss.
I won't. Act under pressure. Cool.
Yep.
Yeah. That's an 11.
Whew.
Nice.
Okay. Which is good. Because I didn't want to separate you guys, but I was willing to.
Oh.
So yeah, good news, bad news situation. I think good news, well, bad news. When you look around, you are immediately aware that you are in a dungeon. There's like wet gray-green stone everywhere and dim, lit only by dim torchlight, and bars and beds of hay behind them. Good news, you don't appear to be in a cell.
Okay. We are in
Wow,
a
this
prison. We are not
this
in
throne
prison.
room's pretty lame.
I don't think we're in a throne room.
I think you fucked up, kid.
Hey, oh, shoot, what were their names again?
Trounce.
Bloom, Trance,
Bloom.
and Trance.
Bloom and Trounce,
Bloom.
I think.
Trounce.
Yeah.
Trounce and Bloom.
Words are hard.
Are they with us still?
They are with you.
Okay. Hey, Bloom, Trounce, either of you two recognize this place? Where the hell are we?
This is the lady's dark place.
Can you elaborate on dark place?
We're in the dungeon of the queen of air and darkness,
Great.
deep in Winterlands.
Wait,
Great.
not the Buddha Palace.
Oh no.
Cool. You guys know how to get out of here?
Well, you serve your time, and then they...
We're not messing with any of that bullshit.
I already served my time.
I think Sparrow hits you up the backside of the head and it's like,
Does the wig come off?
Hey, I'm impressed.
Sero roll kick some ass.
Yeah.
For fun.
I have a +1 to tough 8.
Okay, yeah, you muss up the wig.
The wig
turns
that
a
had
bit.
just gotten fixed. Mussed up again. We gotta get you out of here, kid. Get us all out of here.
Would it be appropriate to sort of like look around, try to I could either apply the sight again or just kind of look around and see if there's you said we weren't in one of the cells, so there might just
Yeah,
be
we're
a
just in
staircase
the
or something
prison.
out of here.
Yeah, why don't you roll read a bad situation again?
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, is that... No, never mind. Wrong person. Keep going.
I don't think a 5's gonna do it.
It sure isn't. You are 80% sure
no.
that you are in a building and not outside.
I think Trick still thinks they're like in the throne room. Like,
Trick thinks I nailed this.
lame. It's lame, but like I think we're here. Yeah.
What a shit throne room.
Why would you put a throne in someplace so dumb and cold? And I mean, I don't pretend to understand the Fae's interior designing sense.
I think I'm gonna wait till I roll another success before I fix his hair.
I admire your commitment.
Okay, Millie Vanilli.
I think
Ooh.
Trounce will lean over to Sal and go, "We'll want to watch out for the snarl."
Snarl. What's that?
Sort of a patrolling beastie.
Right.
Nasty thing with horrible teeths.
Horrible teeth. Does it bleed?
Beast.
No one's ever seen it bleed.
Right.
Oh yeah. Cocks my pistol that I have with me.
Shit, that was gonna be my line. Pull out my gun. Come on, Gracie. Might have some Fae blood for you to taste. Well, more Fae blood.
Fantastic. I eat Barry Beasties for breakfast.
Right. Shall we go?
Yeah, let's see if we can't find a way out of here.
All right, so to sort of navigate this place,
Mm-hmm.
I want someone to roll act under pressure and someone else to roll help out.
Sparrow has a +1 from Dixon for smacking someone upside the head just before.
Okay, I'll roll act under pressure.
Which one's help out? Cool.
Help out is cool.
I can help out.
I rolled 12 to act under pressure.
I rolled an 11.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
God damn it.
All right, so you're able to navigate the dim and dingy halls of this dungeon. It is oddly you find some stairwells up, and oddly the closer you get to what you presume to be the surface, the colder it gets. A lot of the people in the prison, most of them are, utterly dejected and barely moving. There's a sort of a group of them, about 50% of them appear to be just like almost basically homunculi, like anything individual about them had been scrubbed off, is the sense that you get from some of these guys. And then you get to what you presume to be near enough to the surface, and you can hear around one of the corners a wet and heavy stomp, and then another, and then another. So to set the scene here, you've come up this stairwell and you're looking down this cold corridor. It turns off a ways in front of you. It turns off in both directions, and you can very clearly tell that on the other side of the wall to your left is this stomping thing. What do you do?
Maybe we should go right?
I'll try to avoid it.
I mean, I sure as hell don't want to go towards it.
Stomp.
Well, what are we doing? We should do it now.
All right, let's try heading right. And I think Farrell will kind of try to like usher everybody else along, and we'll kind of like stay in the back, kind of like be bodyguard as they kind of move off in that direction.
Guess I'll take point.
I'm kind of interested in trying to jinx this creature.
Okay.
Because I specifically am thinking like trying to interfere with them trying to, I'm assuming like smelling for, looking for us, knowing that we're here.
Okay.
Has to
Why don't you roll that? I love
All
that.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's better. That's better. Do I have any plus or minuses I need to worry about?
Nope.
Your wig sometimes is blurring your face because it doesn't know
I know.
your
Dick
body.
Blue
Blue
I
background.
was trying to get just enough of my face visible that the face blur would not happen.
Yeah.
But so if no errant pluses or minuses, and that is a 6 on the dice plus 2, that is an 8.
Okay. Which
So
gives you
I get to
one
hold
thing
one.
from that list.
Yeah. I want to interfere with what a monster, minion, or bystander is trying to do. I want to interfere with their ability to find us. I'm thinking I draw a card and I play it on the field, and it is a spell card that produces darkness. And so like a sort of hazy cloud of darkness surrounds our group as we head down the other hallway.
Can we see?
Well,
I didn't think that far ahead.
Does that depend on the roll?
No.
we know where we're going.
Uh-huh.
Sort of. Also, I'm going to consider this enough of a success to fix my hair.
Perfect.
Cannot believe that there's wig work.
Wigs are hard, man.
They
Is this
are.
what Twitch is like all the time? Let us not go to Twitch. 'Tis a silly place. So you cast a concealing shroud around you all, and head off, hopefully in the opposite direction of this stomping thing. I think, unfortunately, that means that it will take you quite a bit more time to get out. But yeah, but that I think I'm good with that. That makes sense. So you guys
Mhm.
get now to basically the guarded entry to this dungeon, which is fully staffed by like, I'm trying to think, probably like I know so much more about the Seelie Fae than the Unseelie.
Bad dwarves.
Yeah,
I
okay.
don't know.
No, yeah, they're like they're all just sort of half the size of people, and they've got little pixie wings, but they also all have different styles of curving horns coming out of their foreheads or the top of their head. And there's probably a half dozen of them, and they're just sort of milling about, um, wearing what's clearly kind of military issue uniforms with spears and swords strapped to their backs. And it's them standing between you and a heavy wooden set of double doors that you know would lead out into the Winterlands. What do you do?
Oh. Fun.
Sal, your gun will kind of nudge you from within its holster, or in your hand, as the case may be, and be like, "Oi, let's play it like we did in Cairo."
Almost died in Cairo.
Well, that's because you didn't listen to me.
Well, I started listening to you. That's how I ended up in the lake. But after that, I thought, fuck it.
It was an adventure. We made it out alive. We'll do the same here. Trust me.
Well, as long as we don't have to sleep with any of them.
Well, on second thought, I may have to regroup and come up with a new plan.
Fuck! You're the horniest gun I've ever had.
You scoff, but it works.
We'll see if the bird lady wants to
Gosh.
talk her way out first, and then we'll go guns blazing. You can go have a slurp afterwards. Don't get me killed.
Okay, what's the plan? What's the move?
So does your gun want to shoot these things or fuck these things?
A little from column A, a little from column B.
A little bit about.
That's what it sounds like.
Problem is, he
Alright,
can't do either on his own, so I gotta give him a
Yeah,
hand,
yeah.
quite literally in both cases.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I'm a weapon of many different interests.
I mean, I think we should keep a low profile and just get the fuck out of here. And like Sean, I think is definitely like jackets a little bit up closer, glasses a little pushed up, like just trying to be inconspicuous and hide their face.
Let's try to push past. Maybe we can use these two for cover. I don't know.
Are these Fae? You said that they're all like half human sized, roughly. These
Yeah,
ones
about
do?
half the size of people. They're like sort of large, burly pixies.
So what you're saying is Trick is taller than them.
I suppose that is exactly what I'm saying.
Oh.
Oh no.
I
Oh,
feel
boy.
like the idea has been proposed that we just sort of march on past them. I think Trick's on board for that. He's just like, yeah, we're just gonna. How? What are they gonna do? Stop us?
Oh god. Okay. We're marching toward trying to maybe keep a low profile, or at least some of us are.
You're just like, okay, here we go. Just how do you do? Just on our way out.
I think maybe
Doing
trying
that
to
thing.
hide behind the big ogre and the Spriggan that we have with us.
Don't look at anybody, pretend you belong, and just get the fuck out.
I don't know if
Don't
this is
mind
even a
us.
roll. You just fail.
Well, you know,
So
we
yeah,
didn't want to start a fight unless they did.
you walk into this room, and all 6 sets of these eyes turn on you, and then also like flip around to a version of themselves that the whites of their eyes are now black, and you just have these sets of glowing yellow points staring at you. Some of them have flicked and drawn out their spears,
Hmm.
That means they're evil.
and
Oh, good.
there's not to be a release today. From where have you come?
Oh, your queen totally. Your queen told us to come here. Yeah. She's been gone for a while. She just wanted us to check up on you.
Surprise inspection.
Our queen employs not mortals, nor the poorly concealed young.
I think that Trick does lower his sunglasses, and you can see that when he lowers them, like one of his eyes is just like there's like 30 different irises and pupils in that eye. And he sort of just like looks down and he's like, that's mortal. That's a hell of an accusation.
Hmm.
I think a couple of. I'm gonna have you roll manipulate someone.
Okay.
I'm much more scared of Trick now.
Quite a move.
As you
Well,
said,
that's good
Trick's
because my
favorite
charm's
thing.
not amazing. So that is a 10 total. That's 9 on the dice
Wow.
plus 1.
Oh hell yeah!
Hell yeah.
I think they will look at each other and kind of look at you and be like, "A gray sun in Our Lady's dungeon. But one of you has not offended ours in 100 years. How came you to our walls?
I
And
think
why should we not?" And one of them will like kind of walk up to you and like run a finger against the cheek of the side with the 30 eyes.
Mhm.
Why should we not simply claim our prize?
Well, thank you not to touch him. Sparrow says, training her gun on this one.
What now? Question.
That's why.
So that's like this side. Okay, dual discs on the other. If they come close to the dual disc, hands are being thrown.
Yeah,
But
they're not coming for the cards. They are
all
just
right, all
like
right.
that thing which represents this connection that they know about.
I think he I don't think he quite recoils, but he does like lean a little further back as they're trying to stroke his cheek. And he says, "Well, we came here as I said. Your queen sent us to inspect the place. Obviously, I've got my eye on you. And everything looks good. We gotta go and send the message back. You, of course, want a reward from your queen.
This is bold.
Mm.
This is very bold.
Trick only knows bold moves. He only plays strong cards. If anyone wants to come in and help and corroborate this story, please.
Sal kind of did also say surprise inspection, to which
True.
I do think you would get another nudge from Gracie, who'd be like, well, if we talk our way out, I don't get any blood.
Oh, you just gorged yourself on ogre bloods. I mean, that
I-
should
I
tide you
know.
over
Let
until
them play it.
breakfast.
Yeah, I've had the ogre, but you know it tastes like armpits and toilet paper.
You really think this guy's gonna taste any better?
Hey, look at their hair, silky and smooth.
I don't like it.
Oh, I love it.
I do want to point out, just for color, that the ogre has like that side of their midsection is sort of caved in, but patched up with what looks like a poultice kind of made out of roots. Like there's just wood and greenery holding in his
Bloom helping his buddy.
his blood and organs.
Does it look like they're buying it or not?
It
It's a
looks
hard
like
sell.
it is a hard sell, but I think like the context as you understand it is that part of the reason that makes this so bold is that you know, and they may not, that there is no queen to report to,
Yeah.
to reward
They're
them.
missing.
Oh, see, I think Trick was making the assumption that everyone knows the queens are gone. And so he's like, they've sent us in their stead
Mm.
Mhm.
since they're not here. And it's sort of like they'll be back soon, and that's when you'll get a reward because you kept up the good work while they were gone. That's sort of like what Trick was angling for.
Yeah.
Okay, I can work with that because that means that one of them will definitely perk up and be like, "They're coming back."
Shit, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, like a week. Yeah.
When?
What, 1 week, 2 weeks? Like Trick looks at the others like 2 weeks, 2 weeks.
What is a week?
Oh, it's
7 moons.
yeah. You can count to 7, right?
Easy.
Of course they can fucking count to 7. I mean, they wouldn't be put in charge of the door if they couldn't fucking count to 7.
Thank you.
Oh,
The door is very important duty.
of course.
Very well, servants of our Queen Mab. You may go. But the Seelie one stays imprisoned.
That is
That's
the
Spriggan,
ogre or the
right?
Spriggan? Spriggan?
Yeah, Bloom.
Oh.
Their greenery offends us.
Oh, so you want us to keep it here so you can look at it more. Right.
Stomp. Stomp.
Uh-oh.
Coming from behind.
Gotta go.
Sure. You can have the alcohol. Twiggy.
Am I to be left behind?
Oh, don't make me choose.
Trick? Okay. Trick wants to slide. There's a Yu-Gi-Oh card. I think it's called Dimensional Capsule that removes something from play for a turn, but then it adds it back to your hand the following turn.
Oh, God.
So I'm thinking I slide him a Dimensional Capsule and we leave, and they put him in prison, and then when some amount of time later he returns to us because he has the card.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make that 2 rolls.
Okay.
You're going to roll now to charge the card.
Yeah.
You will roll again to get him back later.
Mhm.
Oh man, this is such a
Make
bad
sense?
idea. Yeah. No, yeah,
No,
no, I,
great
this makes sense. I
idea.
totally agree. Totally
Awesome.
agree.
So he's your minion now
You
if
do
he
have-
succeeds.
Oh, come on. Let's get some good rolls in here. That is serviceable. That does total to a 7.
Pick a glitch.
What's my glitch list?
I
I
can
don't have it pulled up.
Take 1
Like-
harm. Effect is
The-
of short duration. Effect is weakened. Draws immediate unwelcome attention and problematic side effect.
I'm gonna say problematic side effect. Give me a fun problematic side effect.
Okay.
But Trick is gonna like slide gonna shake his hand like when they're leaving. It's like you can stay here behind with them, and he like does like a heavy he lowers his glasses and does like a heavy
Winks
wink.
with all 30 of his irises.
30 eye.
Yeah, like and then as he's doing that, he's like he has the card in his palm, and he slides the card to him.
Yeah, I will allow that.
Call him back in a clutch moment.
And yeah, I'll get back to you on the problematic side effect. That won't
Yeah.
happen just yet. So
All
that'll
right. All right.
So as you guys will be allowed to leave, you will see basically coming out of the shadows, the first thing that you will see is just what appears to be a floating set of fanged teeth. Just hovering independently down this hall, followed shortly after by an enormous black furred body. Looks like somewhere between like a wolf and a bear, with a long tail trailing behind it. And the floating teeth grab Bloom around the shoulder and just start dragging them back.
Being an edgelord sucks.
Down this hall into the shadows and darkness. And you are all, if not escorted, then at least led unmolested out the front door and into the windswept Arctic horror that is the Winterlands, especially where you are. It's snowing very hard. The wind is ripping at your face and skin. It is unpleasant to be here, and you can see before you stretch this just like not exactly barren wasteland. It's a lot of trees with no leaves. This whole place serves to remind you of death by virtue of the lingering bits of life that there yet are here. You can see far in one direction is the Winter Palace, glinting and glassy, a sort of ferocious gorgeousness emanating off of it. And then off in another direction, you can see the very stolid, unyielding form that is the border castle.
Oh. That's
Uh,
where we were headed last time, right?
Keeper,
That's where you were trying to head.
I can't remember when we were interrogating the Bloom and Trounce. Did they say that the queens had gone missing from the border castle from their thrones there, or?
That is the
Yeah.
assumption, yes. That is
Okay.
what you've been led to believe. I don't think I said so, but yes, that's where.
I was wondering if that was the case. Oh,
If
yeah.
they've both gone missing from the same place, it would have been there.
Okay.
Gotcha. I think we head there then.
How?
Good fucking question.
River snowmobiles.
Yeah.
Well, he's weak girl.
I think Sparrow might turn to Trounce. Is there any way you guys what am I trying to say? Any transport you guys have in these parts? Make you go a little swifter?
He just like looks at you puzzled and kind of jogs in place for a couple of steps.
I take that as a no. Got it. Well, unless you have some other fancy teleportation thing, kid, I think we're hoofing it from here.
And he like stares at his deck. We could try.
That is true. Could try.
Bit of Russian roulette.
Well, a bit more reliable. I could always, summon a steed for us.
Just one.
A really big one.
Trounce
Really
will
big one.
point at his back with his thumb and go, I could do a backsies.
Roughly how many could fit on his backsies?
Probably Trick and one other person.
Okay.
So if you could summon a steed for the other two.
That would work.
All right. Yeah. Well, let's go for it. Let's go for it. We'll give it a try. We'll give it an old use magic try.
Go for it. Roll use magic.
Well, you've got a +1 to your roll for a steed assist for Trick.
Oh,
From
thank
Trogs.
you, Trogs. Appreciate you. That brings. Oh, that's good. Let me do my math right. That's 8 on the dice +2 is 10 +1 is 11.
Nice.
Well, Pat was the first one to suggest something. He says summon red eyes. Yeah, sure. A dark and multi-scale layered dragon. Sort of like I think he plays a card on the field. I think he's used a few cards now, so he like sacrifices. Oh, he sacrifices Beaver Warrior. No. Gonna tribute something though. He served his purpose. He
Absolutely.
tributes the beaver, and he pulls out Red Eyes Black Dragon. It's 2 or 3 times the size of a good sized person. It's got a big old shiny neck, shiny scales, spikes along the back, big old red eyes. Looks very appropriate for the Unseelie lands, actually.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And I don't think it probably could fly with people on its back, but it could certainly we could hoof it. We could ride it. We could walk her along.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm prepared to allow that to just happen. Here's another kitty. This is Thelma.
Okay.
I'm prepared to allow that to just happen because I love this. So that you guys are coming down from this snow-swept path down from this prison and into the wilderness of the winter wilds. And so because it's important to me who's riding on whom, I think there's probably enough for everybody to ride on Red Eyes, but if some of you want to piggyback on Trounce.
Dragon. Shotgun.
Shotgun. Sean?
I'll ride on Pearl.
Okay. Sparrow?
Well, Dragon. I was gonna say Trounce if nobody else did, because didn't want him to feel bad. But if Sean's got it covered, then I'll go on the fucking Dragon.
Dragon?
I mean, Trick's got to be on the dragon, right?
That's true. All right.
Got to be on the dragon.
So, all right. Yeah. Barreling through, Trounce is barreling gorilla style, running on all fours with Sean riding on their back, and this dragon is also just bounding through, cracking off branches and twigs. Adventure music plays, and as you get closer to the border castle, the sun is rising, more or less behind it. So you are running into the light towards this castle as it looms above you, and your mounts help you make your way there in a matter of hours, at which point you now arrive at the steps of the border castle. Those of you who maybe have spent time in the Fae Wilds before will take note that it is unstaffed. There ought to be people here, but there aren't. The doors
That's
should
good.
be opened for you, but you will have to open them for yourselves.
Are they big
Well,
doors?
For ourselves, or do we have a big old dragon pushing
Yeah,
the
that's what I
door
was
open?
going to ask. How big is these doors?
We also have an ogre that could do it too.
That's true. How locked are these doors?
Un.
Oh, that's my favorite kind of lock.
Oh.
Just unmanned.
Bounce rides up the dragon with Sean still on his back. I adore this. Acceptable.
Is it push or pull doors?
Push.
That's a
Do
very
they
important
give
The other way, of course, first.
if our respective mounts start pushing?
Yeah, I think if you'll allow it, the Red Eyes will use his enormous head, and Trounce will go ahead and use his enormous arms to just push your way into this castle. And then inside, yeah, it is eerie how big and empty it is. You can even see like individual motes of dust floating around in the sky, in the air, where otherwise there would be all kinds of movement and ado. There's this main chamber opens up into a couple of different wings that go off in either direction, and a huge staircase that leads up. I think one, you will have to leave Red Eyes outside. I don't think he'll fit through the door. But two, I also am prepared for this to just kind of happen, that you are walking through, and it's like the whole place has been raptured or something. Like there's things have just been abandoned
Uh-huh.
mid do. You were walking past something that appears to quite clearly be a kitchen, and the only reason you can tell that is because it smells very strongly of rotting food. And so then you get up finally to the last closed door, in front of which is seated and seemingly reading and writing studiously a very well-dressed older man, who, yes, is nonetheless, you can see underneath the table, he has hooves instead of feet.
What was the name of
And
that
a
guy?
big graying black beard.
Andreas or something.
Yeah, Andreas.
What was this?
Andreas?
And he looks up and he's like, "Ah, I'm afraid the queens aren't taking visitors."
Greetings and salutations, ma'am.
I think you'll find it's sir.
Well, I thought it'd be a bit rude to check.
What finds mortals approaching the
I think
the
he's
border
drunk.
throne? I should have smelled.
The queens have been missing, is what we hear. We came to find out what's been going on here. These things have been spilling out into the Tame. You know something about that?
Not missing at all. They're just quite busy. And so am I, so if you'll excuse.
Oh, sure. When can we get a meeting with them then?
He appears to do some math on his hands. A generation?
Oh, that's not gonna work for us. We have to move that up a little bit.
Well, speak for yourself.
What's after Generation Z, anyway?
Ah, yes, your lot have taken to numbering them, but why pick?
That's a letter, not a number.
Why pick the one that ends?
What you said there was
You might as well
Gen X,
so
Gen Y, Gen Z. I think something about Gen Alpha is next. I don't fucking know.
He'll gesture at Trick and be like, Do you assume that you'll be the last ones?
Well, I mean, like, with global warming and everything, I mean, like, we might be. Who knows?
Yeah, you said it. Anyway, the queens are quite busy, as am I, as mentioned.
What you
I
doing?
can deliver them a message, perhaps?
Can I ask what you doing?
Yeah, maybe we can help.
Looks
Since-
kind of empty in here.
Since we know letters from numbers, and apparently you don't.
Are you certified to practice property law in the Fae?
Sorry, what?
No.
Are you
no.
qualified to handle matters of estate and real estate in the wilds?
Oh hell yeah, we're as ordained as fuck.
Monster.
The players are the real monsters,
Like,
people.
let us just see what you're working on, and we'll help you. And I'm gonna grab whatever he's working on, like his papers.
Roll act under pressure.
Sean's got a -1 from Fury Summer.
I saw that. Thought you were my friend, Mike.
It's also Johnny's friend.
Oh,
It's not Sean's friend.
clearly. Who am I? -1.
Yep.
And you said act under pressure?
I sure did.
That is what he said.
I'm gonna use a luck point.
Okay.
Because I can do that. Because that was a 6.
Oh, well, someone could have helped you out. But sure, go for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll use a luck point.
Uh-oh.
Profile mode.
Profile mode.
Profile
Yeah.
mode. Guys,
Witness.
Exactly what this is.
someone clip it, clip it, clip it. We love you, Johnny.
Yeah, you must. I just keep wrecking your shit.
It has been
Johnny
3
over
years
here,
as
not
of today.
for long.
It's true.
All right, so you snatch the papers that he is working on. Yeah, it's
Real
time.
interesting shit
Yeah,
you got
it's
here.
fine.
A lot of it is written in a script and maybe a language that you don't understand or can't be bothered to read, but there are certain like blanks that have been filled in a much more human hand. Like parts of this thing were prepared by a Fae attorney. Parts of it were written in by just some guy. And what you can kind of gather is because is what this is a lot of paperwork signing over ownership of the various lands and agreements and treaties of the wilds from their respective queens to a guy named Matt.
What the fuck?
He tries to snatch them back from you.
I'm not gonna let him.
Yeah, all right. I'll let that ride.
Is this written in pen?
I mean, like, yeah.
Yeah,
Sharpie.
with a ballpoint.
Not blood.
They have those in the Fae.
Not pencil
No,
or
not
blood.
blood.
I wanna like lick my fingers, start trying to rub out the like Matt name.
Oh, okay. Why don't you roll act under pressure again?
Pull out some twink.
Oh,
You've got a
boy.
+1 this time from Dixon because you're gonna need it
Aw.
apparently.
I mean, he's not wrong. Very not wrong. That's a 7.
Just
Okay, that's just gonna put you fully in melee. So he's just gonna grab your both of your hands and try to stop you from doing this. And I think he's going to get up in your face, Sean, and be like,
Let's dance.
oh, now you have a proper interest in the wilds?
When it had something to do with my buddy Matt, yeah, I do. And can I kick some ass?
Sure.
Okay. Let me switching up my dice.
I'm specifically kicking his ass.
Yeah.
Why
Through
would
his
you say
legs.
that?
Go between his legs.
With
That's
ass?
going to be a 9. What I'm trying to do, being that he's grabbed me, I'd like to smash my head against his.
That's a -1 from Fairy Summer for you. They decided since the cooldown period was too quick, I think they cheered some bits and gave me some money to give that to you.
It's still an 8. It's still an 8.
Thank you for the bits.
So that's going to be, I think you'll basically do each other 1 harm, ignore armor.
Okay.
And as you you smash your head against his head, and as the two of you are like reeling back from each other, all of you can see that this satyr's skin has begun to crack. There's a long crack leading down from that center of his forehead in through his cheek.
Wait, he's not bleeding?
Hmm. Fuck. Is this like some Russian doll situation? What the hell's going on there?
Another bloody fight without any bloody blood.
Well, fuck
How
it.
would you
We'll shoot him
fucking
anyway.
shoot him?
Yeah, we'll shoot him.
Shoot him. All
I've
right,
got a
roll
I've
kick some
got a
ass.
+1 from Trogs because I did something. Oh, it was got to roll back. Extra helping hand for Cell's gun. Yeah. So I've forgotten where the button is. Kick some ass. There we go. +1. Ah, that's a 13.
I say, goddamn. Pick your advantage.
Yeah, I'll deal more damage. Since I'm pretty sure he's expecting attack now, I can't do my awesome assassin move, so it'll just be 4 harm with my blood gun. Pew!
Okay, so that's gonna be. Here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna nail him, basically in his center mass,
Mhm.
which will create this big explosion, not of blood, but of as though a bunch of rock has crashed into the room.
Like
It's
porcelain.
just all of this. Yeah, like all of this sort of dust and debris just kind of obscures your vision. I'll say pew pew when they shoot the blood gun.
Totes.
Is that homunculi? Homunculus?
I think it's probably matte on the inside.
I
And
thought it
as
was too.
the smoke clears, standing in front of you is a sort of tall, pale guy with a long black trench coat. You can see holding off to one side, he has a katana,
Ooh.
and then his eyes are obscured by a wide-brimmed hat.
Edgelord.
So is this guy clearly just a guy now?
Well,
Well,
he's an
Just-
edgelord.
Yeah.
I
Just-
mean, we're
just like
we're all
us.
edgelords here.
Yeah, we all are edgelords. Do you not see
Uh,
all of our black?
Trick has in his inventory a big knife.
Hmm.
So
If
do
this
I.
guy's just a guy, like summoning a monster of some kind seems like overkill. Why overkill when you can just normal kill? I think I kind of just want to pull out my big knife. Like I think I have like a leg strap, like an over the top leg strap.
Of course.
And I reach in and I pull out what is essentially like half a machete worth of knife. And I just kind of want to like, hold it and just run for him.
All right, roll kick some ass.
Remember that you're 13 years old.
Oh yeah, no, this looks dumb. Like I look like a dumb 13-year-old with a knife. And I have a -1. Thanks, Pat, for killing.
Oh yeah, that
For
just
sacrificing Beaver
arrived.
Warrior.
Yep. Yep.
And kick some ass. I have a -1 to tough, so that's a 3 total.
Ooh.
Oh.
Can I protect someone? Maybe?
I actually think you can.
Okay.
Trick's here for a good time, not a long time.
Oh, don't say that.
Well, he's got a retirement plan.
Pass it on to the next one.
Yeah, I want to try to, if I see this, I feel like I see the writing on the wall and I'm like, oh no, no, don't go there. Oh, kid. Just like try to
Sure,
maybe
roll protect someone.
push him out of the way. He's about to get sideswiped.
If you succeed on this, I want to rule it that you pull him by the wig.
That would be a fail.
Yes.
That
save the wig.
is an 11.
Oof.
So yes, as you run towards him with your knife, I think you will hear him say, he'll like grab the brim of his fedora and go, "Finally, a worthy adversary." And then slash exactly at where you were standing, but you will be grabbed by the top of the head and pulled back by Agent Sparrow to safety. Yes, and your wig will
The
come
wig
loose.
comes off.
And the thing that I want to make clear to you is that when this katana slices past you, it's with a speed that is damn near inhuman.
Mm.
This is not just a guy.
Mhm.
It's a fake
Trick
guy.
will return his knife to his holster then.
What do you?
I think Sparrow would I'm like kind of right up next to this guy, right? After I kind of pushed.
Pretty much. I think you're basically between him and Trick.
Yeah. I think I have to double check what guns I have. I think I pull out I have a pistol. Pull out my pistol. No.
Also, this is a thing that I always like to do, which is that in this fight, because Trounce is here as well, I'm treating him like a weapon you guys have. So if you want
Okay.
him to do something, you tell me.
Cool.
Also, if you want to
Uh-huh.
your deal with summoning Bloom, that
Mhm.
will be a roll if you want to do that.
That is true, yeah. Yeah, I'll use my since I'm kind of more up close, I guess I'll use my no, I think I'll kind of maybe try to like kick this guy back so he's back a little further and then try to shoot some with my SMG with Sarah Michelle Gellar at this guy.
We'll kick some ass.
9?
All right, you do and you take. So you what does your SMG do damage wise?
It does 3 harm. Yeah, 3 harm.
Yeah. So you sort of try to get in and kick him back, or at least take a step back and let loose with your submachine gun. His sword flashes in front of him like he's trying to block the bullets. He actually does catch some, which is weird, but several of them do still get through and appear to break skin and do damage. But then he will, either as you kick him away or after, like dart towards you and slash at your midsection with his katana, which will do 2 harm, less any armor you have.
Okay. Which I have 2, so I think I'm okay.
Okay.
Could I read a bad situation?
Sure.
Do I have any minuses or subtractions? Or yeah, I mean, essentially it's
you're
minus or
fine
minus
at the
at this
moment.
point. No, okay.
minus, or subtractions, or negatives.
You know, punishments. 7.
Everyone has to have a drink because of Trick's real life brother.
Don't have anything anymore. Sad day.
I've been desperately craving a Diet Coke, and John's asleep.
No.
He cannot rescue me.
That's just two facts right there.
Mm-hmm.
So I rolled a 7, which gives me one question. May I ask what's the best way to hurt this person?
You may. Anybody else? The best way to hurt this person. Let's see.
Your mama jokes.
Hurt them emotionally.
Yeah. Insult them.
Challenge his edgelord status.
Words hurt, man.
Fury saw in the chat that does have ask about his parents.
Lows. I mean, I feel like what you can tell is you can hurt him as you would hurt anybody, but there's something there's something else sustaining him that you'd have to interrupt. And I don't know that it makes sense that you would know just by looking at him. Although
The spooky probably could see it. A tether.
we're his friend.
Magical tether. Oh,
Okay.
It is Matt.
Is this Matt?
It's Matt.
Motherfuck.
Not how you recognized him from before. Not as he used to be.
You did this
But
to
I think-
him.
I think something that you know always bugged him was like genuine enthusiasm or affection for something. Cringe.
What? Can you say more things on that? I don't understand what you're saying.
I mean, are you familiar with cringe on the internet?
Like, something is cringy?
Like when someone really, really likes something on the internet and they make really dippy fan art that's not very good. That really bothers him.
Make some fan
Okay.
art about him, like totally. You totally love his
Actually-
look.
Actually
How much
like
I love
something in his presence and gush about it, and it gets him.
Okay.
Your katana is like so cool.
Hey, Trick. What's that
Yes.
fucking thing on your arm?
This? Straight from Kaiba Corp? My dual disc?
It just kind of looks like a frisbee to me.
Ah, this is the height of dueling technology. With this, and he starts like drawing cards and like placing them on there. Not even like casting any magic, just like showing like you can put things in attack position or defense position, or you can put your spells and traps and it's on your arm. It's so cool. You can just carry it around with you.
I need you to know that even though this is exactly what it seems like I was planning for, I had no idea you were going to do that.
What do we always say? This game is smarter than us?
That is what we say. Trick, I want you to roll plus charm.
Minus
Right.
Doesn't it help
minus
out?
1 to Trick because oh god, it's so
Sean can help
because
out.
there's no kill like overkill.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's from Dixon. Blame him.
Do I have anything? You know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna go for it. That's not Amazing. You said somebody was interested in helping out.
Yeah, I rolled an 11 to help you out.
Wow.
Well, I only have so I have a 5 in the dice, +1 charm, -1, so it's still a 5. So I need +2 if we're gonna get to mixed success territory with
Sounds
this.
like you need to spend luck.
Or
Another option.
Could use luck.
yeah, you
Luck,
could lose a luck
man.
point.
You know
Tell
what?
us all about your dual disc thing.
I feel like this is I feel like he maybe senses that like the intention here, like like he can tell that Sean that you want him to like really explain it, and so
Yeah.
okay, so I'm gonna spend a luck point, and what I'm gonna say happens is he's like, and I haven't even showed off the coolest feature, and he's gonna like
Oh my god!
put it into standby mode, and then he's gonna press this, and he's like, isn't that just the coolest? It doesn't serve any practical purpose, but it looks cool as hell.
Yeah. So cool. Yeah.
Yes.
So funny that Jonny had to walk off screen.
Yeah.
That did get you a +1 from Onyx Robot saying trick for knowing his disc.
Hell yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So remember that for your next roll.
I would also like I played multiple things on my field when I was showing off the disc. I kind of want to do a jinx. I have an option that makes him lose something that he has.
Okay.
And there's a trap card called Drop Off. I kind of want to get him to drop his sword. I kind of want his katana, but that might be a side questy sort of thing here.
It kind of might be. If you want to roll
All right.
jinx, you can have him drop something. It might not be up to you what he drops.
All right. Well, we'll see how the roll goes. We'll see how the roll goes.
I mean,
That's
+1,
with a
remember?
+1.
Yeah. Could always
That's
spend
an
luck.
8. That's an 8.
One of those things. You want him to lose something?
I want him to lose something. I'm personally going for the katana. I want him. I'm hoping to like my display of affection for my dual disc before him. You know, makes him sweat a little bit more, and his katana slips from his hand. I don't know. I'm just throwing things to the wind.
Okay.
Let's see here. What was on that piece of paper you found? Sean? Yeah.
It's a will, essentially. Transferring over the lands of the queens to Matt. I'm going to point at the person in front of us.
What happens if we rip it up?
I mean, I tried smudging out his name.
Do you mind if I see it?
Sure. I'll hand it over to
I
you.
wanted to see if I can tear it, like if it even budges.
It does not.
Okay. Worth
Ooh,
looking
maybe
into.
if you poured some alcohol on it and then tried burning it.
Worth a try.
Okay, here's my tequila bottle.
Why the fuck is Matt in charge of this place? Who the fuck's Matt? Your buddy or something?
Yeah, he's my best friend. Well,
Oh.
thought he was. Matt!
Well, hang on. You just got. Okay, so Matt is screaming at Trick to shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Oh my god. And like he's probably getting in your face and he's like grabbing your head and be like, I will pay you $100,000 if you just shut the fuck up for 2 seconds.
Block.
$100,000? Ha!
No, he would
Pathetic.
no. I'm backing that up. He'd be like, if you do not shut the fuck up right now, I will tear your neck from your face.
Neck from your face?
Tear your neck from your face.
Shouldn't that be your head from your neck?
It's a good point.
He's gonna look at you, Sal, and like reach into his coat and throw and hit a fan behind him. like a wave of this white fire.
Mm.
So I think you and Trick will take 2 harm from this flame.
Can I protect someone?
How?
By jumping in front of the flame, and I think she's like, Matt, no!
You can protect one of them.
Okay.
Which one of us do you like the
Uh,
most, Sean?
I think because he's a kid, I'm gonna protect Trick only because I know that you can handle it, and you have a sick ass blood gun. Hey, if I could protect both of you, I would. And because I have the never again move, I protect them as if I rolled a 10 plus.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sal, remember this.
This suddenly became a telltale.
I
Now,
got
just
you a
like
free
that.
drink.
One free drink. Can I shoot the fucker? And by fucker, I mean Matt and not Sean, although very tempted.
Hey.
Sean, did you roll protect someone?
Well, so I have the move never again. So in combat, I may choose to protect someone without rolling, as if I had rolled a 10 plus, but I may not choose to suffer little harm.
So what will you choose instead?
I'm gonna have I think all impending danger is on me.
Okay.
I wanna talk to my friend Matt.
Hang on, let me check something.
We can currently have a hype train, folks. If anyone wants to subs for themselves, gift subs, or wow, who just gifted subs to a whole lot of people? Onyx
Onyx?
Robot just gifted subs to 5 people. Additional David, Furry Summer, Wolfsbane, Thriftland, and Moral Dilemma.
Thriftland? Yeah.
Wow. With a hype train,
Hype train?
bits
What up?
or subscribe. So they'll
Thank you,
keep
Onyx
the hype
Robot.
train going. Thank you, Onyx Robot.
Damn.
He just wants me to send him chocolate for his birthday. I told him it's going to cost a lot of money. So
Twitch, everybody. So, okay. This plume of white flame erupts out of the edgelord's hands, and Sean, you like slide in to grab Trick and barricade his body with yours, and this flame will burn up part of your jacket.
No.
You will take 1 harm.
Is this ignore armor?
This is ignore armor.
Okay.
And Sal, you will just take the 2 harm.
okay, got it. Now can I shoot him?
Now you can shoot him. Roll kick some ass.
Yep, and I don't have any pluses, so I miss.
Hint.
I miss. That's a fail.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Should I spend luck? You know what? I'll spend luck. I will spend one of
Do
my
it.
lucks. Yeah, I do
Hey.
extra harm, so that's 4 harm with my blood gun. Pew pew.
Okay, so you like pat out all of the burning flames on your body and with a ferocity level Gracie at this guy
Fuck yeah.
and just fire this bolt of red. And you said 4 harm?
Yep.
Sheezy creasy. So that will... Yeah, that will slam into his left shoulder and knock him back, kicking his fedora jauntily askew. And like this bloody mess will start to spread across the shirt that he's wearing underneath his black trench coat.
I'm sorry, Trick. Can I just like sort of dump Trick and then run to Matt?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, do what?
Take a drink of water, everyone.
Mick.
That's what we'll do because, again, Trick's brother.
Thanks, Pat.
I don't have any more water, so I'll just have a sip of beer.
It's just hydrate, so you sip whatever you want to sip on.
There's water in beer.
Yes, true.
Kind of a question. Was Matt's style ever fedora-esque? Is that
No.
weird? Okay.
Yeah, it's weird.
I want to like rip off this fedora and like move his jacket to check and see if he's like bleeding out. I mean, he just got shot. But...
That's absolutely not going to happen. This is going to then turn into a reaching, grabbing, slap fight where he's going to block away any of your attempts to touch his hat. No, thank you. Open his trench coat, please. This was a custom order, and
Okay,
he's
fine.
not going to let you near him.
I'm going to sit on him. Like, I'm sorry, but like straddle him and try and grab his arms and pin him down and try to like grab his hat with my teeth and like yank it off.
Real kick some ass.
I think Sal has to hide Gracie's view from this because otherwise Gracie's going to get some ideas.
Why don't you roll Act Under Pressure for fun? And Sparrow, what are you doing?
Me?
I
Under
think
pressure.
Yes,
I-
to do that.
Was there any fine print on this little piece of paper?
Oh, tons. You want to roll Investigate a Mystery to try to read it?
Yeah.
Okay, so, Sean,
Yeah?
what did you roll to kick some ass?
What?
You know what? Maybe we should just take a step back. I just have like a weird... I just had a thought. Kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It just occurs to me that you just rolled some dice.
Yeah, because you heard
So
them.
I'm wondering what they say. What did you roll?
So I rolled a 5,
Neat.
but it's my best friend, and I'm gonna burn my last luck point that I'm allotted
Oh.
game.
I want you to understand what that means.
It means that it's a 12.
But
it means a
also
second
means-
thing as well.
Yeah.
You're
I
not
didn't
leaving
know
here
for
alive.
Oh.
Yes, it means you are doomed.
They want you to have profile.
You see, I didn't know that. But okay.
What do you want to do?
You want to die or do you want to straddle and mount your friend here?
I mean, or take.
You want to get
If I
hit
want
hard?
to
or
die,
you
I
wanna
have to
death him?
straddle him.
It's your call, Sean.
Yeah, I'll use the luck point.
Okay.
Put
So
on a
yeah, you will
fedora.
slap, slap, slap. And you'll jump on top of him, hold his arms down, rip his fedora off of his head with your teeth, Sal, you are able to conceal the gun's vision. And he's very frustrated by it. What are you doing? What am I missing?
None. Trust me.
Don't look.
That's something sassy, isn't it?
No.
Sparrow, what did you roll?
I rolled a 10 to investigate mystery.
Okay, so what do you want to know?
I want to read any fine print. Is there anything in here about how to break this clause?
The clause can be. This contract can. Yeah, I think this makes sense. This contract, like any contract in the wilds, can be broken, can be dissolved at any time by means of a joint agreement by both queens.
Okay. But we still have no fucking clue where they are.
You're closer than you think.
Are they in there?
Okay. Is there something I'm missing? Can I look around the area? Is there something I'm not seeing? Can I be in a bad situation?
There's a big door into the throne room.
In the throne room? Oh, okay. Fuck, that's right.
Well, he is otherwise indisposed at the moment. You can go into the throne room.
Yeah,
Hold
I
him
think.
down.
Yeah, Sparrow shouts back, "Keep him busy!" and runs into the throne room.
Okay. Sparrow, you bust into the throne
It
room.
was a Trounce, right? I think
Yep.
Trounce. I'll be like, Trounce, you keep him occupied.
I'll follow.
Run in there.
Okay. Trick?
I think I'm going to try to bring back Bloom. I think Bloom could help us secure this guy.
All right. I was hoping you'd say that. Roll it.
Guy has a name.
Oh, sorry. Mark?
Heck guy.
That.
Sword
That's
man.
not awful. That's not awful.
know.
And I have a plus. Wait, am I writing a plus or a minus one? I've seen stuff in the
Plus
chat.
one from for you from Miah.
Oh,
There was a
thank you.
reason, but it was said so long ago I can't scroll back.
It was for flexing on your
Oh
My
yeah.
dual disc.
dual
Hell yeah.
thing.
That makes us a 10.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
All right. Perfect.
Although I
Back
will
on the
say that there
field.
is still some kind of glitch from the first roll.
Problematic side effect.
Yeah. So we'll see what that is.
And I think I figured out what it is. So the hole will appear in the ground, and rising up out of it will appear Bloom, and will also appear one of the unseelie pixies.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty small, right?
They're pretty small.
Smaller than
But
you.
she turns at you, Trick, and scream hisses. And like it's that thing of where by means of the hiss, her mouth grows by like 2.5 times and becomes entirely full of rows of fangs.
All right. Do I get a chance at a response here, or is this like a kick some ass sort of situation?
You get to do whatever you would like to do, Trick.
I'm gonna try to play one of my spell cards. And I can't remember the name of it. I think it's like might be so simple as just like switch monster or something. I want to try to swap this pixie with my red eyes.
Bold. Roll it.
Replay bold cards.
Ooh, that's not as strong. Do I still have any pluses?
Nope. Not
yeah,
unless
all right,
anyone has got a few seconds to grab one now, but I don't think so.
That is that's otherwise an 8, so +1 wouldn't help me too bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Pick a glitch.
I like that it doesn't last very long.
Perfect. Okay. So I think you are now in a big enough sort of antechamber that the enormous size of the red eyes is not impossible, but it is inconvenient. This
Yes.
pixie is sort of swapped with red eyes that shoves all of you away from it in all directions. I think if Sal and Sparrow had gone through the door, you are unaffected, but Matt and Sean are definitely going to be skittered to one side, and so too with you will be
Matt.
well, with you will be Trounce, and Bloom and Trick will be on the other side.
Mhm.
This huge dragon in the middle of the room. For Sal and Sparrow, what you see when you walk in, there is like, I think this throne room is arranged a bit like a chapel in that there are lots of different rows of seats leading up to view these twin thrones that are angled to sort of look at each other but cheat a bit to the audience. This is very clearly a sort of not adversarial debate hall, kind of.
Okay.
But they do all of their arguing seated because let's be real, they are the queens of the wilds. So, but you walk in and immediately the thing that you notice is one, it is several shades darker in here than it is out there, and two, there is a circular hole in the world behind both thrones,
Mhm.
edged in this sort of pale electric blue between that there just is this blank void on the other side with occasional sort of bursts of some kind of activity, but you can't really tell what.
Mhm.
Some kind of a gate into somewhere else.
Awesome. And there's no signs of anything else in here.
Not
It's
in here.
just this gateway.
Chairs, thrones, and gate.
Oh, fuck it.
Can I go closer to the gate and kind of go, hello? Greetings and salutations, ma'ams and sirs.
Why don't you roll manipulate someone, Sal?
Oh, shit. I do not have any charm.
You could still roll double sixes.
This is true. But then it would be a -1.
Or
Oh,
you
shit.
could roll something.
It's a 4. I failed. What am I failing at?
Manipulating
You're manipulating what?
a hole.
Oh, You said it, not
So you
me.
shout into this void, and then you hear your voice kind of echo and go far away, and then that echo like grows in volume and sort of summons itself back at you, and then now in a like almost mocking or accusatory tone, you are just buffeted by this "Sir, madam, sir, madam, sir, madam," and it like
Oh.
so it blows up your ears and surrounds you and distracts you, and you are pretty much shoved back across this room.
I don't think it lacked that. Oh,
You think?
screw it. I'm going in.
Screw in the
I don't
hole?
think Sparrow's gonna.
Fuck.
Yeah, I think
better
that's where the
cover
queens
gun.
are. And I think she goes. They take a few steps back and then gonna try to run through.
You run through. Sal, what do you do?
Well, apparently the hole don't like me, but guess I'll follow.
All right, I'm gonna cut back to the antechamber for just a bit. John, good news, bad news. You've got him down. You've got the fedora off. There's a sword sticking into your stomach. Ask him what you want to ask him.
Can't hear you if you're saying anything.
Fuck, what do I want to ask him?
I don't know. What the fuck happened to you?
Or Trick,
Man.
you're there too.
Don't you remember me?
Well, I'm there, but aren't I on the other side of Red Eyes? I'm like,
Way other, yeah.
am I near the doors at all to the, or are those
To the
also on
throne
the other side? Yeah.
Yeah, you could get to them.
Okay. I might like turn to Bloom and say like, "Oh, Mike, Mark, that guy, just time up." And then I'm gonna go and check out the throne room. I'm looking for the queens. I came here for
Sure.
queens.
Came here for queens, bitches.
Bloom will like sort of disassemble and then slither underneath in between Red Eye's legs over to the other side.
Nice.
And Sean, you can see these roots grow and clasp themselves around all of Matt's various joints and limbs. And you asked what happened to you?
No, I asked
Why are you doing this, I think?
Don't you
no,
know who
don't
I
you
am?
remember me?
Oh, fuck, never mind. I don't know.
And then like his hair, which is otherwise sort of pushed down by sweat and hat hair, does not only just doesn't cover his eyes in a spooky emo way. And he says, "Of course I remember you. You're
you-
my backstory."
No, you've got it all wrong. I'm your best friend. So I'm here to save you.
Yes, that's what makes it so horrible. You were my best friend, and you left me to be taken so that you could get farming tools.
That pitchfork's really nice.
I don't know what you're talking about. What happened? What happened to the queens? Why are you here?
I showed them a place where they didn't have to be bound by all their rules and laws. I showed them a place where they could let off steam anonymously.
Did he send the queens to Vegas?
Close.
Oh.
And look at me now. A realm of my own. The Lord of the Edge.
Sorry, my headphones just died. What did you say?
He said, "Look at me now. A realm of my own. The Lord of the Edge."
Is that what you wanted?
No. I wanted everything. And soon enough, I'll get it. The wilds, the tame, they'll all collapse. And then he looks over at the desk, and it'll all be mine.
He looks over at the desk.
Where he was filling out forms. It's all society is, you know. I see it. I've taken the red pill. Just a series of agreements and social contracts. If you can get enough people to believe you, you can make anything true. And after they do what they do in there won't be any tame, there won't be any wilds. There'll just be me and the Edge.
Oh, fuck, Matt. And then can I grab behind me? Then grab my pitchfork,
Yep.
and then I'm going to stab it into his neck.
Go kick some ass.
Do I have any stuff, Sarah?
+1 from David for saving Trick earlier.
On David. Oh boy. That's gonna be a 9.
And your pitchfork does what? How much damage?
It is my special weapon, so it does 4 harm against a specific. Wait, Does 4 harm against the specific creatures it targets, which technically are Fae, 1 harm otherwise?
That'll be a 4.
Mm-hmm.
Is he dead yet?
He's on his way. You bury this pitchfork into his chest, and he looks down at it, and
Well,
the
the pitchfork
spreading
I dug
bloom
into his neck.
into his neck.
Yeah.
Okay, well then he's like, obviously, you're not a farmer.
I'm wearing a leather jacket. The fuck do you think? And I'm gonna try and get myself off of his sword and take my pitchfork with me and run to the desk.
Okay, you are well and truly bleeding out, and you run over to the desk. I want to jump in to the throne room. Trick, did you go through the portal? You're looking for queens.
I'm looking for queens. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I mean, I gotta go through, right? You gotta go through. Yeah, Trick's gonna dive head first into the portal.
Okay. I think all three of you, as you now are in here, oh my god, this is so stupid. The first thing you hear off to one side is like assault rifle fire. And you look over and there's, because this whole place, first of all, as you walk in, it's like just a big empty black void. There's sort of distant swirling gray clouds, but for the most part it's just this sort of empty silent place. And then off to one side you can see what is very clearly Queen Mab summarily executing what is very clearly Queen Titania 5 times.
5
Cool.
times?
Just
Whoa.
5 copies of the Summer Queen being mowed down by Queen Mab, and she cackles. Then she stomps her feet. Then they all stand up again, and she does it again.
What the fuck, are we on a holodeck?
It sounds a lot like Cairo.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you know about Cairo? You weren't there. And then my character stares off into the middle distance.
I had a chat with your gun one time.
Don't believe anything he says. He's a fucking liar.
You wouldn't have known what to do in Cairo. Call me when you've got some hairs down there.
Jesus.
Fuck, gun, shut up! Nothing to the children! God damn.
Covered my eyes and I missed all the good stuff. I take it what I can get.
Fucking shit a load of this, and I'll point him in direction of the queens.
Hey, interrupt, Queen Mab, was it? We kind of need you back at the castle. There's, some dick edgelord named Matt who's trying to supplant you.
Let him supplant me.
Yeah, he's trying to fuck up everything. You probably don't want that.
Sorry, dear. Were you waiting for me to give a damn?
Well, you might want to, if, you know, I don't really feel like you're going to be content here for very long. I mean, as fun as that is, you know, this, whatever that apparition is of the other queen, you're not going to be able to probably fight her if your kingdom's gone and the rest of his falls.
She doesn't break eye contact with you, but one of the copies of Queen Titania shifts and now it's you, and then she, without looking, mows that one down.
Very fun. I like it. Entertaining. We can do more of that back in your kingdom.
Oh, yes. There's always so much more to do in my kingdom.
Jonny, is there a role I could do? From what I know about the Fae that would convince her to like that she needs to be coming back? Is this an investigate role, something that I would know through the agency?
Here's what I want to do because it is 10:25.
Yeah.
I don't think I have it in me to do the rant that I vaguely had planned.
Oh.
The
Do it.
Well, then I'll do it. And here's what it is, because this will be that it is like
Everyone hydrate while he's pondering.
Queen Mab, I've skinned my knees. Queen Mab, our crops have run dry. Queen Mab, we cannot survive the winter. Everyone asking me for so much, too much. The Unseelie Court was supposed to be about power. But it's all this bloody responsibility. Everyone looking to me. Demanding. Not even asking. Expecting. And so if I just come in here to have a little mama time, is that so bad? What I want you to get from this
Mm-hmm.
is that being the queen of the Unseelie Court is crushingly destructive in its responsibility. What she is doing here, and she will tell you, this place is the edge.
Mm-hmm.
A whole new realm with no consequences. And this is mama time. She
Maybe
just
what we
wants
need here is a different approach.
Go for it, kid. This should be fun.
if she goes back and sits on that throne, it's just going to be everyone asking me to do everything forever, all
Mhm.
over again.
Do we know
That
that, or is
Edgelord
that
out there.
just her?
What's that?
Do all of us know that, or just her? Just Sparrow. I mean, just them.
Basically, this is what I'm shortcutting that Mab is telling you.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
All three of you.
don't you have any daughters or princesses, and there's some, like, next level down who can, like, do all the boring shit for you, and you just pick the, the epic fun shit?
Yeah, delegation is key.
Yeah, what they said.
All my daughters do is want and take. Do you know it's the same for the summer lady as well?
So
Hard-
why don't you come here
hard
then?
being a mother of a court.
I don't really care where you have your kingdom. If you want to escape here and have your time, but what about that old place back there? It's all gonna fall. All the people. You don't care about them?
You will hear a voice coming from behind you that will be like, "We have spent our lives caring about them." And then you will turn and it will be Queen Titania. And not 1 second caring for ourselves.
Oh man, you never heard of self-care? Work-life balance.
I'll take it that you have never been a queen of
Nah.
the Court of the Wild.
No, I haven't. I'm just wondering why you don't abdicate, though. Make one of those whiny little bitches princesses take over for you. See how
Are
they
you
like it.
volunteering?
What?
Are you volunteering?
I'm not one of those whiny bitchy princesses.
Wait, I'm whiny, I'm bitchy.
Fuck.
Your gun is trembling. If they're looking for a companion for the throne, I'll be a king of the Wales. And all the knights will have Queen Mab.
I'll pull the gun out. Well, the gun's already out. Well, apparently my gun here is offering to take some of the load off and to unload, by the sounds of it himself.
Oh my god. As Grace Arthur Hewitt Grenville Stewart, the last Duke of Shetland, at your service, my queens. Whichever of you'll have me, I'd happily take the load off.
We also have to hydrate because of that thirsty gun.
Speaking of
I
thirsty,
intend to do the opposite.
I think Trick like licks his hand, and slicks some of the hair back to his
The wig.
sides.
Oh boy.
Yes, well, not his hair, but it is on his head.
Hmm.
And he slicks it back to the sides, and he says, "There is a third option. You don't have to go back there. We could always go back to my place."
You thought I was bad.
Are you drunk?
That's a good question. Is Trick still drunk? It's been a little while.
It's been a little while, but he's
At
also a
least a
little
few
guy.
hours.
He is a little guy.
He did drink that whole
does-
bottle, right?
Honestly, maybe, yeah. You do stink, though.
It does smell nice. Fruity.
Margarita.
Yeah.
I do think, though, that both queens will walk up to you. Huh. Are you a Grayson?
Am.
And have you the family business?
And I think this time when he responds, he like opens his mouth, and you do hear his voice, but you hear like hundreds of other voices all speaking simultaneously, like, we do, we do, we do, we do, we do.
It'll be great in post.
This is what.
Fuck post.
Oh fuck.
Fix it in free. Well then. Power to spare. I want Sal on
Yeah.
behalf of Gracie
Yeah.
and Trick on behalf of his family to roll manipulate someone.
Okay.
That is double sixes on those dice.
Nice.
Plus one, that's a 13.
I rolled an 8.
Failure.
It's not a fail.
Woohoo.
I mean, the gun is a bit off-putting. Not everyone likes a gun.
Not everyone can handle it.
Oh, yes, a good one.
I read your blog.
My blog or the gun's blog.
It's upsetting, but I'm okay with it.
Cairo.
I think Mab will say to Trick, if you would ally your house with mine, there's much we could accomplish once you've come of age.
Is that the Queen of the Sealy or Unsealy?
Unsealy.
Oh, that's Trick's jam. Yeah, he's gonna nod and
I'm
say,
down.
my people can be in touch with your people.
Oh no. Your people are my people. Let's take this to my place.
Ah!
Trick holds out his hand.
I'm gonna make you a man.
She'll walk you back out of the edge. And Titania will sort of come up to Sal and be like, is he stuck like that?
I don't know. This is how I found him.
Well then, I suppose the weapon shall require a wielder.
Oh, fuck.
And she'll like lay her hand on your shoulder. Shall we discuss our allied future?
Let's discuss. I have some things I will not do. Because that gun is fucking kinky.
We'll have
I
some
think-
yellow lights and some red lights.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that system.
I think Sparrow is just like suddenly feeling like a third wheel and it's just like, I'm gonna go fucking see what's going on with Sean.
Sorry, what? You gonna go fuck? Sorry. Titania, was it?
Aye. But you can call me what you like. She'll like link her arm in yours and walk you out of the edge.
Jonny, I forgot to ask. A scale of 1 to 10. Titania and Mab.
Oh, 15's both.
Okay.
Horrifyingly beautiful.
That tracks.
Like so hot that it makes you mad.
I mean, I'm not there, so I'm not mad.
Yeah. No, you are jumping to, speaking of Sean, you are looking at this contracture and
Can I ask
bleeding
a
all
point?
over it.
Can I ask a point of clarification? Because Dixon pointed out that I am bleeding out. Does that mean I am unstable?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Certainly.
'Cause I just had like 2 harm on my. Cool. So I'm bleeding out on this table, on this desk.
Yep.
Is there anything in here? I think I'm just like frantically, dizzyingly trying to look through it to see if I can save my friend Matt.
Roll read a bad situation.
$11.
Okay. So, all right. Well, in fact, you can find a number of, like, in this sort of desk, there are these huge drawers that fly out for like dozens of feet. And you're just looking through them, and you can find that Matt's contract that you had originally made with the person who gave you the pitchfork, which is a being known as Old Man Record, has actually been shifted a number of times. And it landed with someone who just goes by Black Hat. And so you are now holding in your hands the contract that binds Matt to whatever form he's in and whatever person he serves currently.
Is there a way for me to rewrite it?
Probably. I think it would be a use magic roll.
You're great at magic, right?
I mean, I'm not bad. Are both of is Trounce? And Bloom in here and all. But
Bloom
Bloom, I
is
guess.
still holding Matt down, and Trounce is still in here.
Okay. Can Trounce help me with this magic roll?
You know what? Sure, because I have a +1 that I can give to somebody, and I think I'll give it to you.
Oh.
Aww. Okay. So, how do you want me to roll this?
The traditional way, 2d6.
Use magic.
I mean, like, do you want me to roll for Trounce, or are you just the +1?
I'm giving you a +1.
Okay. All right.
And I don't know, Maya, did you use the +1 from Dixon earlier on your previous roll? Dixon gave you one a little ago.
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah.
Rolled less lately, so
Miah, everyone can do a first aid move to stabilize.
Oh yeah. So +2?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Johnny. Okay. 11.
what do you want to modify this contract to say?
Because I am bleeding out and unstable, I want to modify this contract to essentially like revert Matt back to, I guess, sort of his old self, but essentially have me be in charge of him. But in the occurrence that I die, he be set free and have his free will back. I know I just casually, stabbed him in the neck, but like I'm thinking he might be fine.
Hysterically, he has 1 harm remaining. So, here's how I want to resolve this, because I think this becomes our final scene. You, with help, haltingly delivered help from Trounce, who is not very good with book learning, are able to reword this to basically, it is true that you don't have the authority to void his contract, but it is also true that you are able to figure out ways to shift it. And you transfer its ownership to you, and then you add the clause that in the event of your death, he will be remitted to his own recognizance. So Bloom releases his hold. Bloom releases their hold on Matt, and also pulls up the pitchfork, leaving behind a leaf poultice over his throat. And you explain to him what is happening and what will happen with your dying breath. And
I think honestly, like, I mean, maybe it's like Sean kneeling or like just sort of laying on his side next to Matt and just be like, this is ew. I'm I'm sorry, but last only good thing that
Kind of cut out there.
no okay. So anticlimactic. This is the last good thing that I can do.
I think the last thing Matt will say to you is, I'll make sure to earn it, as I'm sure I earned it before. Then the queens will step out of the portal to the edge with Titania with Sal in one arm, Queen Mab with Trick and his dual disc, And then out also will step a bewildered sparrow.
The things I've seen.
Yeah, and then I think we
Oh, that's
will
nothing, man.
basically cut to Sparrow delivering their report to the Countess, who, upon finishing reading it, will place it on her desk and place a hand over it and will say, "This is the most wonderful news possible. For now we have 2 agents on the inside." Executive producer, Jonny Grubb.
Hey.
Yeah.
And we all
Cool.
hijacked.
Very well done, you guys. That was really good.
Oh, thank you for running. That was a blast.
Yeah.
Thank
How
you
was
so
your first time
much.
playing Monster of the Week, David?
As a player.
Oh, it's so weird from the player side. There's so much less for me to worry about. I can just do weird things and let Jonny worry about what happens in the story because of it.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Oh, you did so good, Jonny.
Aw, heck.
Which
Yeah.
is funny, David, because I look forward to having you on as the GM for when we play Brindlewood Bay.
I am
Yeah.
so excited to do that.
Yeah.
Have you talked to anyone about who wants to play in that yet?
Not yet. I have a few people in mind. We just have to get them all together and work out a day. Since you said you'll be available in October, so anyone listening
Mhm.
who's interested in that, it's basically little old lady grandmas, like the Golden Girls, investigate murder mysteries, and there's a touch of eldritch horror. That's how I've been
Why
pitching
are
it
we
to
just
everyone.
talking about it now instead of doing it already?
Because
Are you
David's not
ready?
available until October. That's why.
True. That's true.
Thank you so much, Jonny, for coming on and being the keeper for this. I know you were voluntold by Miah, but we've all had a great time, and so glad that
Out
you
of
went along
love.
with it.
I
I
do
love
it out
it.
of love.
And
Nope.
thank
It was
you.
really fun.
Yeah. And thank you
Yeah,
also
thank
to Miah and to Lauren and to David for coming on. Do you guys want to pimp your podcast quickly for the Monsters Playbook? One of you go.
Sure.
Go ahead, David.
Oh, me?
David first. Wow. She just voluntold him to go first.
Because I said the
Sure,
Monsters
sure.
Playbook, but okay, if you want
Yeah,
to pimp
sure,
each
sure.
other's.
I'm sorry.
Well, the Monsters Playbook is a great podcast. They play Monster of the Week. They're currently in. I guess this is technically your. No, you're still in the first season, right? Or you're in season
Season.
2. You're not. Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. I'm not on the show. It's hard for me
We're
to
just
know.
gonna,
these things.
we're gonna pimp each other's shows.
I thought we were pumping or pimping our own.
Yeah, I said, who
Yeah,
wants to
and then you
pimp the Monsters
voluntold-
Playbook?
Yeah, then you told me to do it.
You know, I'm dead. I can't, you know.
Oh, okay, Lauren, could you please pimp Trials
Yes.
of the Apocalypse?
Yes, I can. Trials of the Apocalypse is an amazing podcast. David is the keeper, and you guys need to check it out. They play a rotating game of Powered by the Apocalypse systems, including Brindlewood Bay, Monster of the Week,
Big
other
smoke.
ones. You can find them on all of your favorite podcatchers and at Toda Podcast on Twitter, right? Toda.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah. I can do this.
God, do I know your guys' Twitter handle? I follow you. But
It's
that doesn't have
at
to-
Monster Playbook because
Yeah.
of character limits.
Oh, I didn't know there was a character limits. And you guys will know my podcast, which is Redgate and Wolf, and I won't bother pimping it, but I will put it in
No, pimp
the chat window. Well, I guess it's also a Monster of the Week podcast. It's a sassy thief and a I was going to say Scottish werewolf, a Scottish werewolf who hunt monsters, roll dice, and bicker in a small fictional American town named after Jimi Hendrix. So go there. I want to thank our live audience for first of all helping us create these wonderful characters.
They're so fun.
and bringing us all together, and also for all the cheers, the bits, the subs, the gift subs, making us remember to hydrate, and helping us with the Kiwi coins, with the +1s and the -1s. I hope that system was awesome, and we will hopefully use it again during other one-shots. If you haven't followed already, please do. And I'll see you guys next time. Now we have to wave awkwardly at the camera.
Yep.
While I bring up the end screen for everyone. Thank you. Goodbye. Bye.
Awkward waves. Bye.